I don't know about you guys, but if you have ever been down on your motorcycle, gotten hit, somebody had no insurance, anything like that, you feel like there's nobody around to help you out. But Law Tigers Motorcycle Attorneys is the way to go. You need to get these guys, just save them in your phone if you have to. Law Tigers is there to help bikers. It's bikers for bikers. These guys ride motorcycles and they will take care of you. They're personally handling claims and will be the biggest advocate for anybody on two wheels. Check out Law Tigers Motorcycle Attorneys and a sponsor of 4th Street Live. Thanks so much.
I would say because I'll just post it to my other one too, the Big Mac kit. Reno HD.
The Big Mac one.
Yeah, I think that's the one.
Yeah. What do you do when you're not swatting planes away from the Empire State Building, bro?
Honestly, man, I think all I do is I work.
Yeah.
I go to the gym a little too much, spend a little bit of time with the family, not too much.
Yeah.
And then go out a little while.
Yeah,
just every once in a while, just have some fun.
Your boy's turning into you. It's cool to see that, bro.
Honestly, that is like one of my favorite things about his age now. Because he's 16 and he's starting to develop into the man that I hope that he's going to become.
Yeah.
He's taking his work serious. Because he works right now, he's as like a carpenter's apprentice.
Yeah.
So he's learning a trade, which I think is super important for kids right now, is they need to learn that kind of stuff. It's not just, hey, go to college, go do this. It's find your way, find your path. Because he's always loved cooking. And he's always maybe wanted to be a chef or something like that. But then he was looking at he loves doing it. But so I don't want to get burnt out on that either. So maybe I should find a career path that I get to work with my hands. I learn a trade and all that stuff. Luckily, I have some friends that own their own businesses and they're willing to teach. And he loves it over there. And then him going to the gym all the time.
Yeah.
I actually asked him because all of a sudden out of nowhere, he was like, hey, I want to start going to the gym with you, which hit me. I was like, damn, because he was in Muay Thai for a few years. Because when he was like younger, he'd get picked on because he's a very soft-spoken kid.
Yeah. How big is he now?
He's a little person. He's like almost 6 foot to like 195.
Yeah.
So I still think he's like a little person because comparatively to me, he's my little boy still.
Yeah.
As long as he doesn't get taller than me, because there's no way I'm going to look up at someone in my own house. So the second he's taller than me, he has to move out. I don't care how old he is. He has to move out. No, but he got into that. So he was like bullied as a younger kid because he's so soft-spoken.
Yeah.
And then so he started taking Muay Thai, loved Muay Thai, got into great shape, did all that stuff. But he's still very just docile. So he'll do it, but he doesn't want to. So he was like, no, I want to start going to the gym with you. I was like, why is that? He was like, Dad, how often do you get in fights on my behalf or just in general?
Just on principle.
Because my friends get in fights. And he was like, on your own behalf. I was like, oh, dude, rare. And he was like, it's because you're big. I'm like, no, I think it's because I'm a nice guy. He's like, no, Dad, you're scary as hell.
Yeah.
So I think the best deterrent is just to look the part. And that'll be the first deterrent. And then if it has to go to the fight, I'll do that too, but I don't want to. I want to be able to deter any of that stuff around. And he was like, and so I was like, whatever. And not to mention that just makes him happy and healthy and all that stuff. Honestly, that's all I want out of my son. I want my kids to be happy, healthy, and ready to go. In life. Yeah. Because I was not like that. I was a big old fat kid. Like that was bad.
Yeah?
Yeah. I was
you were fucking big.
Dude, I hit over 525 at my biggest.
Damn.
And I know it was
what were you riding then?
Oh, I wasn't riding anything but the couch. Right. It was rough. Like, everyone says, why don't you sleep anymore? I was like, bro, when I was fat, all I did was work and then sleep and eat. I'm 90% sure I was sleep eating. I was just all the time. And I was over 525. I don't know exactly how much it was. Just the scale went up to 525 and it was all ding, 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 ding. So it was over that.
Yeah.
And I made a change earlier. Like I would say in my early, right around 21, 22. Everyone always asks me like, what made you decide to like really lose the weight, like
just
really
not
make
dying.
That thing? And and I was like, and it was mine's like a cool story. So as a chef, I was a chef at the Atlantis for years.
Yeah. That's where you met my wife.
Yeah, it's actually where I met. Yeah,
I
used to, she always bugged me. She's like, Mac, I want something special. I don't want
I was like, she said your grilled cheeses.
Yeah, I don't know. Dude, she likes grilled cheese. And I ain't gonna lie, that's what you want. Too fast. Let's roll on.
Let's do it.
So she was like, that's where I met her. And I used to feed her and her friends all the time. And it was like, honestly, it's where I learned to talk a lot. It's just
you have
constantly
to.
You have to be happy with those people. Yeah. And so I was eating all the time over there, and I'm not eating good food for me either. I'm sampling scampi and bacon and all that good
food. You
foods.
have to, right?
You have to. You don't have to eat as much of that as that I was doing.
You were eating
dude, it's good. So I remember, but every night I go home, and I lived in Fernley at the time. So, that's a nice little commute. And every night I get off at 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock at night, and I'd be smashing to Fernley. And every day, it doesn't matter that I ate 2 or 3 times at work. I'd stop at Del Taco, Burger King, some places. And so the last time I stopped by, this is how you know how old I am. I stopped by and got like 5 Whoppers because Whoppers were $1 back then. That's how old I am. I'm sorry. Yeah, it's
Damn.
dude, they were good. A little bit of barbecue sauce, you were
Yeah,
rolling.
okay.
But I remember, so I went up to Burger King and I like went to the drive-thru and I'm like, hey, can I get 5 Whoppers, 2 with no onions, 2 with no tomatoes?
Right.
I like tomatoes, I like onions, but I just don't want the person in the drive-thru to, oh my God, this fat guy's gonna be eating 5 Whoppers. Holy crap, that's a lot of food. So I'm like, I'm going into Fernley and I get to Derby Dam. And I've already pounded the first 4 burgers down. They're done. And I go over there and I open up the bag and there's 1 burger left. And I'm sitting there and I'm looking at it. I was like, bro, you're so ashamed of like your eating habits that you're making these people work harder.
Yeah.
They don't care. That guy in the back is, God,
Yeah.
Can't he just order the Whopper the way it's supposed to be? And the lady I was doing all that stuff and I'm sitting in my mind. I was like, you're so embarrassed that you're making these people work harder. They don't even care.
Yep.
And I was like, that was in my mind, I was like, I'm done. So I like rolled down the window. I finished that burger because I paid for it. I wasn't going to throw that out or nothing. But I was like, nah, I finished that burger.
That's like an alcoholic mentality.
It was like, I bought this drink.
Yeah.
That was the burger. And that was the thing that's why I really understand when people are talking about like the addiction, especially to food and all that stuff.
It's real.
To alcohol. Because like food is like a little bit different. It's something because you have to have it. Like you don't have to have alcohol to start off. Everyone has to eat. And that's where mine was. So I called my cousin Lenny.
It's so easy to justify it in your head, having a food addiction.
Oh, yeah.
Than saying, hey, I need to smoke this crack to live.
Exactly. Yeah. It's 100%. It's always so stupid. And when you're chronically overweight and all that stuff, I used to hate the word morbidly obese because, man, that sounds bad, but that's what I was.
Yeah.
It's crazy how you would justify your eating habits too.
Yeah.
So I was like, hey, I'm just gonna have a simple breakfast. And I was like, all I had was a cheese Danish. And you're thinking, like, yeah, you just had 1,300 calories of something that weighed like 6 ounces. You could have a real breakfast that had some real nutrition to it. But you don't think like that. You're like, oh, no, it was only this big. How bad could it be? No, it's horrible.
Yeah.
And that's kind of my mentality that I had. And so I called my cousin Lenny, and he was a bodybuilder. He actually competed in like American Gladiators. He was an inspiration for most of my life. So he's always been a huge part of my life. When his passing was rough on me, actually helped me even go more into it because carry on that legacy of his.
Yeah. And
I called him. I was like, hey, man, I'm done. I'm so over this. I need help.
Yep.
And sometimes that's what it needs. You have to have that one person in your life. And he never forced me, but he always told me when you're ready.
Yep.
Because like we've all had friends that have been addicted to one thing or another. And you can tell them all the time, but until they're ready, they're not ready. Bro. You can't push it.
100%.
And luckily, he was the one that was like, when you're ready.
Got it.
I'm here.
Got it.
So I called him. I was like, I'm done. He's like, cool. You're going to come to my house, grab a bag. You're going to stay at my house for the next 2 weeks. And he put me in the dining room, which was messed up to do for a fat guy just sitting right next to the kitchen.
Bro, that's crazy. I didn't know this.
He gave me like a little mattress, like it was like almost like a prison cot.
Yeah.
And it was like boot camp, basically. Where are you going to stay? I was like, all right, cool, I can do that. He's all, after work, we're going to go to the gym, and we're going to do this. I was like, cool, what about my diet? He's fuck your diet. Oh, what do you mean? He's like, you know what? He's the reason that most people fail diets, or fail this, what you're going to do, is you're trying to change your whole life in one day. And unless you're ready to do that, you're not. And he's like, so he just said, what we're going to do first 2-3 weeks, you know what? Let's just make the gym a part of your life.
Okay.
Like, let's go work out.
Yeah.
Get to foundations, have some fun, learning stuff.
Yeah.
Loved it. And then 3 weeks in, then he was like, all right, Mack, he's like, what's your bugs? What's the hard thing for you to do?
Yeah.
Like when some people don't want to be told what they can eat or when they can eat or all those things. Me, man, when I'm hungry, I want to eat. I don't want to wait. I don't like being scheduled.
I understand.
I just want to eat. If I'm hungry, eat.
Yeah.
So he's all right, cool. We're going to put you on this diet here. It's this and this. You can eat whenever you want, but you can't eat these foods. Perfect. Did that, and I went from a little over 525, and I got down into the 400s. And I remember when
How long did that take?
It took about 9 months, and which is, everyone's, man, that was fast. I was like, yeah, I think when you're morbidly obese, losing 50 to 100 pounds in a year, it sounds like a lot to a lot of people, but when you think it's your percentage, I lost 25% of my body weight.
That's crazy.
But when you look at like someone who's you're 150 pounds, if you were to lose 100 pounds, you lost 75% of your body weight. You'd just be your shoes. Yeah. So like for me, just the percentage was, so I lost a lot of that weight and learned other stuff. And then of course I yo-yoed a lot. I think a lot of people do that. You get into depressions. Me and my wife had sympathy weight was a thing. But when your wife is, oh, I want 14 milkshakes a day and 3 watermelons, and you don't want to eat alone because she's like, I don't want to eat alone. I'm fat.
I want that too.
Yeah. So then you have to eat. I was like, man, I don't even want another Jack in the Box milkshake.
Yeah.
I haven't had one since because of that.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm so tired of that.
Yeah.
And so I went up and down, but the last year, I think before I was doing it for other people, I think that's what it was. I was lonely. Yeah. I had depression on being around people. I had a hard time talking to women. Right. I was always the fat funny friend. Still am, just not as fat, but still funny. So I got that.
Yeah.
I had to develop that humor.
Yeah.
But in the last year, I think I did it for me more than anything else.
Yeah.
I wanted to get bigger, stronger. Yeah, my kids are a motivation to it. I want to see them grow up. But the big thing is they don't want to be looked at like that. I didn't want to be looked like that anymore.
You want to be comfortable in your own skin.
Exactly. And that's what it was. I was like, because tattoos, bald beard, all that stuff, and being the big guy, like I always had that presence. I mean, you've known me for years. I've always been a big presence. It's hard to miss me.
Yep.
But the way I feel and look now, I definitely notice that I get more attention in a positive manner from men, women, strangers, friends, and all that stuff. And it's always crazy because like my wife, very supportive. My friends are super supportive club. A lot of the girls that I've been hanging out with for years, very supportive. And I love that. Yeah. I've noticed, and it's always something like I was telling my mom, one of my brothers or my wife would say, hey, baby, you look great. And I never believe them because I feel like you're almost obligated to do it. It's like when you leave the house.
Yeah, when your wife says, do I look
like you?
Yeah.
No, but like on the way out, Beth says, I love you.
Yeah.
And you just say, I love you.
Yeah.
It's not, you don't even think. It's your response to do.
It's just instinctual.
So sometimes I feel when your friends, your family say that, it's their response to do it. But when strangers or random people come up, I was eating at Twin Peaks, one of my favorite places to go, obviously. Good food.
Shout out to Twin Peaks.
Yeah, you
should have got them to sponsor today.
Dude, 100%. I'm on it.
Yeah.
As much as I'm there, as much as I'm there.
Yeah. We'll tag them, bro.
Yeah, we'll tag you guys.
Okay, I got
Don,
you. Yeah.
Christy,
there we go.
This.
Yeah.
So I was going over there all the time, and that was like, and I loved that spot, and I actually got a job over there because of that.
Yeah.
But it was crazy. So I was there with a couple of my club brothers one night, and we're sitting there eating, and there was like some big guys that were over in the cigar lounge, and I have a real bad habit of when I have some of my friends around me, like when I have AJ around me, I am zeroed out to the world because I know that guy's watching my back like nothing else. Like like I could be blindfolded and still nothing's gonna touch me. That guy's just
That's all AJ does is watch people, bro. You know.
I know. So I feel super comfortable, so I don't really pay attention as much when I know he has my back. So we're sitting there, and all of a sudden, these three big, just yoked dudes come over, and they like put their hands down on the table.
Yeah.
And I was like, and AJ like swole, and a couple of the other guys, my guys got all nervous. I look up at him, and he's like, hey, how big are you? And I was like, and I'm a smart ass. I was like, I don't know. Most of the girls here say I'm
right. Okay.
I was like, most of the girls here say I'm about average size, but it's how I use it that makes the difference. He was like, no, what? He's like, no, that's not what I meant. I like, came off a little, hey, girl.
Yeah, he was a little gay, dude.
And he was like, no, he's like, no, look, how big are you? So I was like, oh, dude. And at the time I was like,
he's drunk.
No, he's sober. He's just a big, he looked like if Santa did roids.
Bro,
like just a big yoke guy.
Yeah.
All these rich ass people in their Ferraris and Porsches and all that stuff. And I started talking to him for a minute. He's like, you're the one guy in this bar I wouldn't want to mess with. Because I just got to the gym, so I saw that swole. I was wearing a tank.
Yeah.
All stuff. And then in my mind, I'm laughing. I was like, me? Guy across me almost stabbed you in the throat, motherfucker. Like,
yeah.
Man. I was like, no, I'm the nicest one here.
Yeah.
Because that's one thing I think is great for me is because I am so big.
Yeah.
Like, I don't have to be all the time.
Yeah, bro.
Just my presence is, which is cool.
Yeah.
But that, honestly, that hit me really hard. The fact that these random ass guys who are also in good shape come over. And so I took like more from them, which is kind of weird, I think.
Yeah.
That we don't take what our friends and family and club brothers and people that are truly close to us and truly care about us.
Yeah.
How sometimes we almost take it when they give us a compliment.
Yeah.
I think it's weird because I know they're telling me the truth.
They are.
But in my mind, I'm like,
yeah.
Even when you guys like, I love you, and so like, and I respect you.
Yeah.
You'll come over and say, oh, bro, man, looking great. Dude, it hits me. Like, I was like, all right, because me and you were close.
Yeah.
But you're not like my wife or my kid, you know, and I see you every once in a while, so you'll see a big change in me in a couple months. So I always respect, and I love that. And I was like, I think I do that now more, I think.
Good, bro.
When I see people that are really changing themselves financially, physically,
you can tell.
Or doing, man, I like going over and telling them, hey, because I think it sparks. It's like, if it wasn't for people doing that to me, I don't know if I would have kept on.
No, words fucking matter, dude. Yeah, it was like, and I went through the same thing for a long time to the point where I think I was fucking like 280 almost, bro.
Really?
Yeah, and I'm 6'1".
Yeah, that's my weight now.
And that was when I was prospecting, and I gained all that weight, and I didn't wear it like I was 280, but I was fucking 280. I was big. And it was the point where I was not feeling great about myself, dude. You know what I mean? I think we went to the Dragon Lights at Rancho or something that, dude. And I was struggling walking,
you go up a hill?
And I'm like 280. I'm like 29, bro. This is not okay, dude.
Yeah.
And I remember that day I was like, and then I actually did some tests, and turns out like my body just doesn't process carbohydrates.
Same, bro.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it was just like, hey, I just cut out the carbohydrates and the rest of it will be okay.
Yeah.
And that was the easiest thing.
Dude, it was.
And it was like, now my guys are like, bro, you need to gain weight. You know what I'm saying?
No, everyone's like, it's the opposite.
But that was the hardest thing is like people during that, because I definitely was like, damn, I just want to eat some fucking nachos, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And they'll be like, hey, I can see that it's hard. You're losing weight. It looks good. You know what I mean? It's good. Yeah.
And that's how like you have those true people that are around you. And I think sometimes I'm like, I think the most guilty of it. Sometimes I don't even appreciate the fact that these people that are close to me, they say and I hear it.
Yeah.
But I don't hear it. You know what I mean?
I totally understand.
And I think that's what it's like.
Words have power, bro.
They do. Yeah. And sometimes it does. And I tell my people, like, hey, I appreciate it. I really do. Even if I don't show that that I'm appreciative and that I really respond to it, like I do. Because a lot of my small circle of friends that are even in my club, and like all clubs, especially when you get to a certain size, there's small little groups within the groups and like that all the time.
It's clicky, bro.
It has
it's
to
okay.
Be. It has to be. And it's not necessarily a bad thing. It's just like when I first started in the club, the people that I hung out in the club the most were the people I grew up with. They were street racers. Oh, no, we were street racers from like 16, 17, 18 years old. I met my president when he was living in his Fiero. And that's how me and him.
You're just behind him in time, right?
Yeah. I'm like right behind him. Yeah.
So you're like 10 years.
I'm a little over 10 years now.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
And it's crazy. Yeah. It's like, and me and him were talking about that a little while ago.
He was racing a Fiero?
Yeah, dude, he was sleeping in his
Is that why they call him that?
That's why he calls him that, because he used to only race Fieros. He's had 3 or 4 Fieros.
I didn't know that.
Dude, yeah, that's how he got the name.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, no one ever did, and that's always like a cool thing. People would always ask me this, and I was like, what is it? I was like, go ask him. And they were always so into it. They're like, I don't want to ask him, what if it's wrong, or what if he doesn't like it?
This is Jacob, the host of the 4th Street Live podcast, and my new book, The Rail Runner, inspired by my life on the railroad and being a railroad contractor, is now for sale on Amazon and Barnes & Noble. Please go check out my new story if you're looking to escape reality for a few hours. It's a great read. Support a local Reno author. Thanks so much.
Foxy feed.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, that would have been, No,
so it was crazy.
Cool, yeah.
That kid there, and even though he's younger than me, by a bit, I gave him, that kid, a lot of respect.
Yeah.
This kid was fresh out of high school, and he's working like 3 jobs. And because he was working 3 jobs, he didn't have time to always go, so he'd sleep in his car with a little fucking space heater.
Yep.
And I was like, bro, what the hell? So it hit me because, like, I'm not super wealthy or like that. I definitely have that persona. I've definitely been blessed. I'm definitely blessed. I work very hard to be blessed. But, like, I see other people that work just as hard as I do, or shit, in some cases harder.
Yeah.
And they're not hitting it yet. And I always say they're not hitting it yet.
Yeah, bro.
Because they're going to. Yeah. You can't have that mentality and never hit it.
Yeah.
It's going to happen.
Yeah.
And so, like, he came in and I had him stay with me for a little while. And so that he just had a place, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And dude, I'm so proud of him now.
Yeah.
Like that guy there, besides the fact that he leads my club in such an amazing way, besides him doing that, getting married, he's one of the most respected people in my life. And the fact that he's such a hard worker, that guy right now, when he's off, he's working. I was like, bro, you need to stop. But his mindset is future. I'm always looking at the future. Yeah. And I was like, to me, that's why I think I respect him so much.
Yeah.
It's someone that just has to do it all the time. Yeah. I fucking love that shit about him. And I think that's what kind of brought me to him as well. Got into there, and that's why all these smaller groups within our clubs kind of exist, because you latch on to the people that have these common interests. And right now, there's a chunk of us that are very into ourselves physically and mentally, and getting some of them was getting off of drinking, getting off of doing drugs.
Yeah.
And I've noticed that every one of them that have done it, with the exception of 1 or 2, have all battled addiction in one way or another. So I think we're subletting the fact that, okay, you know what? We have this manic energy. We have this thing that we have to get done.
Yeah.
So a lot of people, they turn to Christ. They turn to religion.
Yeah.
They turn to bikers.
Yeah.
They turn to the gym. They turn to something that they can really go into. And luckily for me, I was like, I love being a part of a club. I love our community. It's fucking amazing.
Yeah.
I've never been in something like that. And so I can never leave because I would miss it too much. But
yeah.
Now also having this community of people that like care about themselves and the fact that and they're not just kind of, oh, I want to look good, I want to feel good, but they're doing it because they're, man, what if someone needs me?
Yeah.
Am I going to be, like you were saying, walking up this hill in gas
yeah.
and something happens with your kids and your wife and they're 100 yards ahead of me and you're like, bro, I can't run.
Oh,
to me, I think, and that's why a lot of us are doing it. They're like, do it.
Yeah.
I want to.
The club's on the Avengers kick, dude. Yeah.
100% is. And I've noticed that with a lot of people, and honestly, with even in your club, I love that fact. I see a lot of your guys doing that same thing. Like it's not. I don't think a lot of people see the MC in that light.
No, for sure.
I don't really think they see and I get it. Like when I don't know how many of my close friends, especially people that have just met me in the last 6, 7 months to a year, and they just met me, and stereotypically, I look at, oh, I get it.
Yeah.
Big, bald, tattooed.
Yeah.
I say the wrong stuff all the time because I think it's funny. Cool, because it's funny.
It's
But
fun.
like,
I get it. Yeah.
But
Yeah.
but then they get to know me and they're like, bro, you're just not what I expect. And then they're like, oh, you were a part of an MC. You're just not what I expect. And I think they really miss the key part of most clubs. Not all. There's always those. But I think most clubs, we're looking for those people that are around us that want us to be better, for legitimately want us to be better. Yep. And honestly, those are the other clubs I hang out with the most, like the ones I respect the most and I make sure I make time for, because dude, there's so much stuff going on all the time.
There is, bro.
Life. Look what you're doing here. I think this is amazing.
Yeah.
Every time someone in my life starts doing something new or improving, I don't know why, but I take pride in it. Just the fact that I was like, to me, so it's big for that. And so it's all that kind of stuff. So I'm really happy that we're into those points.
I do too. I think the club world is such an important thing, because you can tell when you're around the right group of dudes, because everybody's pushing you to do everything you fucking, like you say, hey, I want to open a motorcycle shop. Okay. How do we do that?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? How are we going to do that together?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And fucking, let's push you into opening a fucking motorcycle shop, and let's fucking do it. And let's not talk about it. Let's just fucking figure out how we do it. Yeah. You know what I mean? And same with this, is like just another thing to keep our mind busy, but also talk about culture in a way that I don't feel like is being represented well from my perspective. You know what I'm saying?
I agree. And that's that outside perspective, and it's rough. And I'm not saying it's never been earned, because obviously it's been earned.
Yeah.
But
there's so many outlets.
There's so many of them.
Oh, there's so many podcasts, and there's so many outlets. And there's people that have podcasts that say that they're locals, that they're from California. It's, bro, you are not I like the people that I grew up with.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that's what's funny is I got my first support sticker from the Lucky Ones when I was still tweaking.
Oh, really?
Because I don't know if I think it was at the Gateway Bar, and you guys were all on street bikes.
Oh, shit, dude.
And I was on a Cowie 250 Ninja.
Oh, shit.
And I think I was 20. And I got a vinyl. I tell everybody that.
Oh, you got
got a vinyl, an OG. It's
dude, that's
So that was the first experience with your guys' club. Yep.
Shit, I didn't know that. Yeah. That's what I love about this. I've known you for all these years.
And that's the street I grew up on. Yeah.
That's what I love about this. I've known you guys in the same, like, and I swear to God that we still learn stuff about each other as close as everyone is. And that's what I love about that stuff. And it's just like, and I agree, man. And this stuff's like beautiful. And honestly, I wouldn't be as successful as I am if I didn't have those same support systems around me. If I didn't have, honestly, people in the motorcycle community, because, bro, like, I've only been at Reno Harley for I just hit my 5-year. In July, I think I hit my 5-year.
Yeah. I remember when you were going, dude.
It was nerve-wracking, bro. Yep. I'm not even going to lie. I think I was more nervous about leaving my 20-year career, because I was at the Alliance for 20 years, working up from a prep cook up to managing. Yep. And, bro, I put everything into that job.
You knew the Paganellis.
I knew. I knew. Like, and it was crazy. Like, dude, the reason I bought my house to the Atlantis, I had my life, so I met my friends. I met lots of people that are close to me. I met your wife there. I think I met some of my closest friends while working there, and leaving there, and it was right after COVID, and I was turning 40, and I was just like, bro, 20 years here, and I felt kind of like I hit a ceiling, just because there was so much going on, and once you get to a certain point in a lot of places, the roof gets smaller and smaller, because there's less and less people to do those jobs. And once you get those, you don't want to leave. One of our, Sean, he was the general sales manager over at Reno Harley, and known him for years, part of a club. And he's always like, why don't you ever just do this? I'm like, man, I'm not a salesman. I'm just not.
But you are.
Yeah, and I didn't know.
You didn't know, bro.
Because my mind, that's what he says, bro, you're a salesman. And I was like, I don't know. I was like, bro, you can talk about anything. You're so relatable.
Yep.
And I was like, I appreciate that. But what's it hurt? So I was like, you know what? Cool. You know what? Maybe that's the change I need. And I think that switch was scarier than when my wife said she was pregnant. That was scarier than getting married.
Yeah.
Legitimately, that was because all those other things, there was no choice.
Yeah.
I was having a baby, wasn't a choice. Yeah. We're getting married. My mom said that was happening. That wasn't a choice. Small little Italian woman, they tell you, you're just doing that shit. You ain't listening. You're like, yes, Ma. And so you don't have choices. So I think the reason that the Atlantis to the Harley-Davidson thing was such a thing, because it was my choice. And my choice would dramatically affect my future, my wife, my kids, my family, all the people that are close to me.
Yeah.
So I was like doing it. And then I put in my notice. And what did make me feel good, though, is the last week, how many people that worked there were like, sure, is there anything we can do to change your mind? And I was like, and I was like, there's no animosity to this place because I was like, I still love the Atlantis. I go there all the time. It's just, I want to try something new. I need to.
Yeah.
And what was really cool is they actually kept me on salary for a couple months.
Damn.
After that. And the reason was because after COVID, they were really bringing everything, they were starting to back up again. During COVID, I was one of the few people that was working. So I still worked in the kitchen. I still was like doing a lot of the filing. I was still doing a lot of the stuff because I just didn't want to be at home. I can't stay at home very long. I get anxiety.
Me too. I got to be doing something. Exactly. I do, bro.
And so when I left, and I'm not a big note taker, I do everything's in my head. So like we had a lot of high rollers that would come in and they wanted specific things. And because I didn't write them down, I just knew people by what they liked, who they were with, all that stuff. So they would call me, all we need you to do is call me. If I call, you have to answer the phone. I was like, I can do that. So it's cool. And I think, and it was funny is I brought all that hospitality, like knowledge that I went, so I went over to Harley. I honestly, I'm going to be honest with you guys. I didn't have my first Harley till I worked at Harley.
Yeah. So I was going to say, weren't you on a Victory?
Dude, I was on Victories. I love those damn things. Like
I seen you up in the desert one time ripping that thing.
Dude, yeah, I had my 8-ball up in the where everyone goes shooting up in the water. Dude,
yeah, I remember that.
Up in the snow and the ice, like a fucking moron.
Yep.
But I'm not smart. So I do stupid shit.
Those Victories are cool.
Dude, I'll never say that's the thing too. Is I work at Harley. And obviously, I love my brand.
Yeah.
And it's so funny because people ask me, what about Indian? What about Victory? And I was like, you know what? I'll never put down another brand if it's done correctly. Yeah. Like the Indian is a good motorcycle.
It's a great motorcycle.
It has some really cool features.
Yeah.
And I was like, but like on the biggest aspect of it when I was looking at it is that. Question for you.
Yeah.
Where's the closest Indian dealership? Thank you. If mine was closed.
I've never seen one.
Because the last one was the one over there across the street from the old Ford.
Oh, the Polaris.
The Polaris place.
Yeah,
right? But they don't even work on Indians or Victories anymore. They don't even doing it. They work on it, but they don't even sell that stuff anymore. And I was like, okay, so say Reno Harley closed down. Where's the next one?
Oh, Battleborn.
Yeah. Where's the next one?
Yeah, Sacramento.
Fucking Sacramento. Dude, like all over the place. Dude, you can't not find one.
Yeah.
So I was like, to me, that was always the biggest. That's always the biggest thing. So I was like, not to mention, I was like, as someone who owned a Victory.
Yeah.
Trying to find stuff was always the biggest pain in the
That's
ass.
what I was going to say.
It's just like
trying to find fucking T-bars for an Indian Scout.
Good fucking luck.
I know, man. Dude, and then it's $700.
Yeah, because it's supply and demand. If 3 people make something, you get to pick it.
Yeah, you can get some pretty good T-bars for a Dyna on eBay. So
bullshit. In this community, you can trade a six pack of Ghost for some T-bars. Like, I got some T-bars. What you want?
Yeah.
I'll give you a beer. It's like people,
so
then that I think was like the biggest turn on that stuff. And then I was like, that's where my real love came for. It was like, and the fact that you can do anything on a Harley. Like, it's, bro, in your bikes, I'm going to tell you, yours and fees.
Yeah.
You, like, those are what I'm talking about. You cannot, if you can think about it and you have the money to do it, you can do it. The Victories and the Indians and a lot of those other brands, it didn't matter.
Yeah.
That you had the money or even the vision.
Yeah.
Bro, are you going to build that?
Yeah.
And that's what, so.
Yeah.
And that's why going over there was so crazy. And my sales process when I was over there, when I was a fit, it wasn't even selling the motorcycle. Because to be honest with you, when I started over there, I still had to look down at the gas gauge of the gas tank to see if it was a street glide or a road glide. I was horrible, man. Like, I don't know how they fucking hired me.
When you were first getting in there.
When I was first getting there. And the problem was I was the #1 sales guy the very first month.
Cool.
And everyone was like, and I remember one of my brothers who worked there, he was like, man, I'm not worried about him. Like, he doesn't know, but they're like, no, that fool can talk and he knows how to he's passionate.
Yeah.
So.
You don't need to know. That's a cool sales thing. You do not need to know.
You don't need to know
everything. You just have to pretend like you do.
You have a passion of one thing or another.
For sure.
I've noticed that's something like my boy Dane, he was working over there. He works at another one of our dealerships now. And he is the encyclopedia of Harley-Davidson.
Yeah.
So like if I had a customer that was just asking me some weird ass shit, I was like, who the fuck would know that? Hey, Dane, oh yeah, they came out with this tire and this year. And this is why I was like, bro, I just asked, what size wheel is this?
Yeah.
And that was and mine was like, I really sold what riding did. Because I mean, writing for me was huge. I mean, it made, like, besides the friends I made and the family that I occurred doing so, the freedom of, I used to always say, I was like, my favorite thing to always talk about, especially when it was a couple, first getting their first bikes or the husband looking at getting a Harley, especially like one of the bigger ones, like a Road Glide or Street Glide. These toys are $20,000, $30,000. They're not cheap. And not to mention all the other stuff you do to them. They're not.
Right.
So you have to really find value in whatever you spend your money on.
Yeah.
So I used to always paint the picture. I was like, I have a question for you. I was like, and I know you take your wife out to a lot of nice dinners. Right. You're a good husband.
Yeah.
Appreciate that. Big birds on it.
Yep.
Besides the one you just went on a couple days ago, how often do you take your girl out to a nice dinner?
Oh, honestly, like once a month, I can make that
at least once
happen.
a month, right?
Yeah,
at least once a month, because
right.
you're a good husband.
Right.
Shout out, hey Beth, nice guy right there.
Hey, thank you.
Got you,
yeah,
boy.
Definitely getting laid tonight.
What's that?
Yeah.
Damn
thank
right.
you.
But the thing is, like, can you remember? Honestly, 3 months ago.
Nope.
Can you remember the dinner where you went? You remember you went out to eat.
Right.
But you don't. But I was like, but I'll tell you this. I was like, 3 months ago when Beth jumped on the back of your bike and you went up to Incline Village. That was something I used to always do. It's one of my favorite things. Go up to Incline Village, get some tacos, and then ride over to Emerald Bay and just sit on the side of the road.
Yeah.
Dude, we did that 3 years ago, and I still remember I remember the smells, the taste, all of that stuff. To me, that was what I sold. I sold a motorcycle is a motorcycle. You can get a motorcycle legitimately anywhere. Legitimately anywhere. But what I always sold was the experience of what the bike could do. And then for me, you always knew you got that passion, that honesty from it, because I tell people this all the time. Your name is only as good as you let it be. So once you ruin it, it's so hard to get it back.
It is, man.
And so I have this thing where I never want my name to go bad.
Right.
On it, legitimately anything. I know we were like, oh, I don't care. They can talk shit. They can talk. I do care. I care when someone legitimately has a beef with my name.
Yeah.
Other than, oh, he stole my girl. He has better hair than I do. I know. But honestly, it's that kind of stuff doesn't bug me. That is what it is. But I'm talking about, hey, this guy is a piece of shit. If I ever heard that about me, bro, I'm confronting it and not in an aggressive manner.
Yeah.
I want to know why.
Yeah, what do you say?
And if you are just being a piece of shit, then okay, then we'll handle it that way too. But if I wrong someone, man, I want to know that I did.
Yeah, so you're going to stand on it.
Yeah,
so you want that to stand on your reputation at your workplace.
Exactly, and that's the same thing I was over there since I don't sell the bikes anymore, I get to do the fun stuff. Honestly,
you do.
I get to
do the fun stuff.
I get to do the fun
stuff.
We
all get to participate.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, and I love that aspect of that job. I get to really use my mind on problem solving and calling the banks and really fighting for people to get their dream, because I don't think people realize how cool it is and how hard it is, honestly, to get a motorcycle. A lot of us have gone through that process. There's nothing worth, honestly, the hardest part about the job is when I have to decline someone.
Oh, that's
dude, it's rough, especially someone who loves it, wants it, and all that stuff, and you decline it. That's a rough spot. And so my favorite thing is when I can figure out how to get that going, and I love that aspect of my job. I think that's the number one spot. Money's great.
Listen,
experience.
It's a $500 a month payment. You're going to pay for the bike twice at 28%, but we're going to get you a crew.
We're going to get you this. We're going to get you. We're going to get you this. Yeah. And that's one of the fundamental things that I love. And everyone's like, why do you even care? I'll tell people, I'm not going to sell you that bike. Why? Well, it's a piece of shit.
Yeah.
It's for another store. This bike here, I just don't want to sell. And they're like, I was like, because here's the bottom line is, you're going to leave my dealership. And I could tell you to your face, this is a piece of crap bike. I don't think it's going to make it down the block.
Yeah.
And I can tell you that to your face.
Yeah.
And you're going to come back to me in a month when it breaks down and say, oh, you sold me a piece of shit. I know.
I told you.
And I have to say that. And I was like, and I don't want to ever have to say that. So I'll tell people I'm not going to.
Yeah.
I'm just not going to, because my name is the only thing I have. And I was like, every one of my fits, every motorcycle they sell, that has my name on it. And that's how I look at it. So when something is wrong, I really do take it personally. And that's why I think I take it so hard.
Yeah.
And I really want to figure out what's going on. And I take my name. And I think since that's the only thing that we were born with, and that it's up to us to fuck it up or keep it.
It's real. Yeah.
Why ruin it?
I totally get what you're saying.
Yeah.
I do. I also am of the type that people's opinions of me are largely none of my business, but this comes from a sobriety perspective, because it's one thing, like you were saying, if it's something I got to go stand on, that's one thing.
Yeah.
But another side to that is there's just people that are going to not like me for absolutely no reason, or maybe good reason, bro. Yeah. And that's okay too. You know what I'm saying? But I know if I wake up in the morning and my side of the street is clean, and I have a certain level of peace in the morning, then that's really all I give a fuck about. If the dudes that I know that I've said I love you, if anybody in your club had an issue, we just need to handle it. Because I'm not going to let that shit linger. And if it was dudes in my club, we just going to handle that.
Yeah.
Because I'm not going to let that linger.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But largely, it's like, I've got too much to do, I feel like, in my brain. I feel like this is a finite time. We need to, I just feel like I got so much to do. And if I truly worried about other people's opinions, man, I wouldn't get anything done. You know what I mean? Just me. I'm just speaking for me.
No,
you know
I agree with that. And that's where I was like, you have to distinguish what that bad name was. Was it a deserved name? Was it someone, like I said, that's just hating on you?
Did I fuck your bitch?
Yeah. Sorry, but she's hot. It wasn't my fault.
Yeah. You didn't lose your girl. You just lost your turn.
Yeah, exactly. No, she was just sampling. I'm sorry, man.
Yeah, fuck.
But it is what it is. And no, it's, and my biggest thing is, I understand if I did something or do something intentionally.
Yeah.
That's where you have to have your name on it. Bro, I didn't even know that.
Yeah.
How do you get mad at someone for not even knowing?
Yeah.
It's not ignorance is bliss, but how am I supposed to know? So how do I even know that bugged you?
Yeah.
Because I actually got into a conversation with someone a little while ago. and it got a little warm, and it was about disrespect.
Yeah.
And it's so funny because
you don't even know.
Because what you find disrespectful and what I find disrespectful can be on very different terms.
Yeah.
And like sometimes they'll say, let's put yourself in my shoes. I'm all, I did, and that's why I didn't find it disrespectful. Because to me, that's not a disrespectful act.
I get what you're saying.
Because it's intent. My intent was not to disrespect you. But now that you've told me if I do it again, that's disrespectful.
Totally.
If I don't know,
yeah,
dude, and it sounds like just let people know, and it's super simple. But people get in their feels real fast.
Yeah,
and
that's
and
little.
Instead of talking about it,
so funny you said that. That's exactly how I. Little Chris in the beginning, it was like only a handful of us, and little Chris would always be like, they called me Trig. They fucking gave me this name where I was fucking wiry, and he pulled me aside one time. I think we got in a little scuffle downtown or something, and he was like, if you look for reasons to be offended, you'll find plenty of reasons to be offended. You know what I mean?
That's
so it's one thing to be obviously offended. It's another thing if you're looking for reasons to be offended. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's a really great perspective. And I learned from a guy I profoundly respect. Yeah.
Dude, isn't it crazy? Like that, something so simple like that. And he's 100% right.
Yeah.
If you're looking to be a victim in any sense of that word,
absolutely, yeah,
you're gonna find it.
Yeah.
And I think that goes with anything you do in your life. That goes for your work. That goes with your family. That goes with your social. That goes with everything. If you're looking for that negative aspect of something, damn it, you're gonna find the world has tons of negativity. I love the positive people around my life, and I think that's why I stay with those people more than anything else. I never cut off the negative people because maybe one day I'll be that positivity that they need.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, you know what? They have a new life because I've been negative, dude. I've had hate in my heart. I've had anger and hate in my heart, my whole soul, mind. I've had it.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of it was like put into me. Like I did it to myself, that self-loathing, that body dysmorphia, the never good enough thing. And then of course, no one wants to take responsibility.
Yeah, man.
So what are you going to do? You're going to blame that person. It's somebody else's fault that you did that.
Yep.
And I've had a lot of people that have helped me out. And I think that's something else that goes back into the whole, like the weight training and bodybuilding and powerlifting is honestly, I almost teared up one time because one of my friends, and known him forever, and he's a dad, and he lost his parents.
Yeah.
And he's a great guy. And he was telling me that because of my videos with my son, his son and him are working out, and they are getting healthier. He says the fact that we're just doing bonding and all this stuff, because the fact that he lost his dad, it's such and like he was close to his parents. I was not super close to my father at all. I was relatively close to my mother, but my cousin Lenny, the one who like got me out of my shit, he was the closest one I ever had to like what I would consider a father figure. He's 10 years older than me. Always looked up to him. But that kind of stuff, it always hits me. And I love that. Like when my friends, like when I see my friends with their kids in the damn gym, or they're not only just the gym, they're spending time with their kids or their loved ones and doing something like, oh, when I see people like building motorcycles with their kids or building cars with their kids. One of my friends, Justin, he owns a tire shop up in Sun Valley, and one of the hardest working men I've ever met. Like another one. It's amazing how many hard workers I know, and I think that's probably why I'm successful. Is I hang out with those same mindset people. This guy there, I'll watch, and his kid does a lot of cool stuff. Like he's into gymnastics and does all this crazy stuff, but he never stops. But he doesn't forget to take time and like work with his son on a car and still build that passion at one-on-one time. And to me, I was like, it makes me every once in a while snap back into, hey, Mac, you're a dad. You're a dad. Granted, my kids are older, and I'm not in that total age of when they're that 2 to 6, which is a big one. And I want to say that early teenage stage is very big for kids. My kids are definitely getting a little bit older, and thank you, brother. And they're definitely getting, so like they're off on their own. My daughter, freaking love that kid. I feel bad for whoever marries her. She's just like me, but meaner because she's short, and little people are mean. That's just what they are.
Yeah. She's little?
Oh, she's damn near a midget. She's 5'2".
Yeah.
Like she little people. Like she's like under nipple
little
level.
people like that are mean, bro.
I know.
Yeah.
She acts like me.
Yeah.
And I feel bad for people that have to deal with her in the future. Sorry guys, but it is what it is.
Yeah.
No, and they're off doing all their own things, and I now looking back on it and stuff they say and do really makes me know, okay, I did a good job. Because during my daughter's graduation, they had to write a quote of something they're thankful for or who they want to thank. And I know it was in exact words, but she wrote something like, I want to thank my dad for always telling me that there's more to me, enough's never enough for me. You can always do more, to always be pushing, because if you stop pushing, you're starting to failing. And to me, I didn't realize I had that effect on my
You
daughter.
succeeded, yeah.
And I was like,
yeah,
dude, I like hits. And I was like, it's amazing. Like a kid sometimes will hit that to you, and especially like a little kid, love you, Papa, and all that kind of stuff was great. But once your kids start to become adults, and then you realize that, all right, man, this is where they're going to be. And that's with my son too, being 16 years old and going to the gym and doing really good in school, and then also working and still being good. And like that kid does more stuff around the house than I think if you combine me and my wife and my daughter combined, that boy still knocks us out of the water. That little son of a bitch, I swear to God, like he will wake up 2 hours before school. He showers, he feeds the dogs, he takes out the garbage, he wipes the counter, he does all that stuff before. And I wake up at 5:45 to go to the damn gym. That kid's already up and doing stuff.
So,
you know what I mean? To me, that was like, that wasn't me when I was a kid. My dad had to legitimately live wire slap me to get me going. And I was like, so that's really cool. And that's why my son, like, daughter, that ain't her. That girl will sleep until Thursday if you let her. But we know what she's up. She has passion in that, go with that kind of stuff. But yeah, I love that. I think the kids are really helping me out. And that's why when I see all these like younger people with their kids, I always say people like I'm that old. I'm 45. I'm old. But no, but to see these people with their kids, and I love that stuff. I love seeing that kind of stuff. And when they call me and tell me, hey, because of you, I'm doing this. Or I have a lot of people that are reaching out to me. They're like, hey, I've been following your journey, and they start sending me pictures of themselves doing this stuff.
How do I do this? Yeah.
Like, I love it. And that's like always, do you train? No, man, I don't understand what's happening with me. I don't know how I'm doing it. I work out a lot.
Just one day at a time.
And to me, honestly, I like it. I think it's like, for instance, the club. You do a lot of stuff for your club.
Right.
You do a lot of stuff for your family.
Right.
You do a lot of stuff for your friends. And you're always doing stuff for them. I think the gym is the one place I go and it's for me. It's not for, there's benefits
that's good
for the other people.
It's okay to be selfish.
Yeah. And to me, that's that hour and a half in the morning or and then when I go back at night, that 2 hours at night, I'm there for me. Like I get to listen to some Barbie girl or Marilyn Manson. It's man, I have the weirdest playlist.
Yeah.
And honestly, when I do leg day, yes, I do leg day. Stop messing with me. I do it. They're just little. I always listen to like chick music. They're like, what do you listen to? Because they're like, I'm really into it. They're like, what do you listen to? I was like, I'm listening to freaking Avril Lavigne freaking playing Skater Boy right now. That's what I listen.
Dude.
But then when I'm doing my big stuff, then I'll do like chest all stuff. I'll listen to like Marilyn Manson, or I'll listen to like some old school rap. I went into a country phrase for some reason. I know. I think music helps me do all that stuff. But it's funny, is that's kind of stuff. So I think that's like my mental clarity where I try not to freak out as much.
Yeah.
Stressful jobs. Yeah. Stressful club.
Yeah.
Stressful family.
It is, man. I got to tell you this though, just to go back to Harley real quick. I've never ever bought anything from a dealership of any kind. And then last year on Christmas, being able to buy myself a fucking motorcycle was cool. But it was also just Reno Harley specifically. That was a cool experience, man.
Thank you, man.
You know what I mean? It was in and out. It was fucking quick. I had to repair my credit for the last 10 years, but having a fucking good credit now, it helped. You know what I mean? And having not a insane credit score or not an insane interest rate, bro. And being able to pick up a 2024, dude. I don't know. That was a really cool fucking feeling last year. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Dude, I'm always proud of that kind of stuff too. That's the other thing I really love about that stuff is like
you don't just see a motorcycle that somebody bought. You see, fuck, dude, I wonder what that happened. Yeah.
I see what they did to do. And there's like a few parts of working at Harley that honestly I love the most. There's some, I mean, there's stress, there's all that kind of stuff, and everything that you do is going to have that. But some of my favorite things, there's some people that I'll never forget that I've helped purchase motorcycles. I have two soft parts of my heart. And every time one of my fits come to me and they tell me one of these two stories, like in my mind, I was like, bro, I know I'm going to do anything I can do to get this done. And there's two specific type of people that I really go for. First-time riders.
Yeah.
And I love the first-time riders because this is honestly, it's a lot of pressure on us because is this experience going to push them in or out of this lifestyle of community? I'm not even talking about clubs. I'm talking about riding. Right. Just a motorcycle rider of every kind. If you treat this person wrong and they have a bad experience, my first time buying a bike was not a good experience.
Yeah. They might never ride a motorcycle again.
Yeah, it wasn't horrible, but it wasn't good. You know what I mean? And luckily I was still around enough people where it kept me going into it. But it's a lot of responsibility. You give these people a bad experience and give them a bad taste in their mouth. You don't help them afterwards. That's the worst. You buy a bike and then see you later. I'll see you in 3 years when you want to trade up. I don't want to talk to you until you want to trade in. No, man, I have people that come into me still. Yeah. Like during Street Vibrations, I sell all over the country. Yeah. And I have people that come in my office and want to take pictures with me and do that right there.
Let's create a culture.
Dude, and I love that. And the other group of people, and honestly, and I think this one is the biggest one. And I still remember this one gentleman. He was like, We had this old, I want to say it was like an early Road Glide. It was that, I called it Purple Rain, the Prince Purple Rain. It was a purple Road Glide. It was just hideous.
Yeah, that's rough.
It was horrible.
Yeah.
This old gentleman came in, and I want to say he was like he was retired. He was like in his late 60s to the early 70 mark.
Yeah.
And it was his birthday, and I didn't even know that was his birthday until I was doing the credit application. We're sitting there, and he's just looking at this bike. And I was like, what? He's, man, I had one. I rode when I was younger, and then I had family, had to sell, had to take care of my wife, had to do this, and he had to be a man.
Yeah.
And, you know, and his wife passed. His kids were moved out.
Oh, yeah.
And he was sitting there looking at this bike. And I was like, what? I was like, and I do the salesy thing. Hey, how could I do? He's like, I'm going to be honest with you. It's a pipe dream. I can never afford this. I'm on fixed income. I can barely, honestly, if it's $150 or less, I could do it. But like to buy a motorcycle and be like under $150 with almost nothing out of my pocket, it's a tough ask.
Yeah. So
I went over there and I said, you know what? Let me just sit down, hang out. You want a Yoo-hoo? I love selling you. I think Yoo-hoos is better than water. So whatever. I'm like, hey, you want a Yoo-hoo? Breaks the ice. But I sat him down, I talked to him, and I went over and talked to the sales manager at the time. Then it was Tony, who actually became one of my closest, really became one of my closest friends, inspired me in a lot of ways. He actually also became a club brother. He taught me tons of stuff. And I was talking to him, I was like, and I told him the story. And this is how, like, when you see these hardcore sales guys, and all of a sudden you see them, like, all of a sudden you see them not as that person, you see them as the real person, that man behind the counter kind of thing. He was like, he gets in the computers. He's like, go out there and tell this guy, if he has $400 down, I'll get him under $100 a month.
Damn.
And we went out there, and I pitched the guy, and I said, and it's your birthday too. I was like, bro, for $500 down, I can get you at like in the 80s.
Yeah.
For 400, it'll be close to this. And he's like, I have $500. I was like, fucking sold. Let's do this. And so we rode it to his, because he drove there. So we drove it to his house, rode it to him for his house. This guy, like, the smile on his face the whole time. That dude, he came in for weeks, always. Hey, what's up, Mac? Hey, thank you. I mean, for that amount of time. His very first phone call to me, he did call and called me an asshole. I was like, what the fuck? What happened? He's like, man, I came in to buy glasses, and I didn't even buy the glasses. I bought a goddamn motorcycle. I was like, bro, the motorcycle has a windscreen. You're fine. Yeah. But it was his birthday, so I was like, come on in, man.
And now he has to paint it because it's purple.
No, dude, he loved the color. I was like, no, he even called it Purple Rain. That was his name on it. Yeah. He put those damn bullet hole stickers on it. I was like, bro, it's yours. You do you, bro. Gotcha. You do you. Fucking stoked for him.
No fear.
He comes. Shit. Damn, yeah. That's all right. And he loved it, bro. I had the CD player. That, you know how gangster.
That's tight.
Dude, I wish my bike had a CD player.
Yeah. My kids don't know what CDs are, dude. That makes me feel fucked up, dude. I like that. That's rough. Yeah, like.
Oh yeah. Dude, we were doing that in my house. We were like going through VHS, though, like, because all my family
stuff. I don't have a single VHS in my house, I don't think, bro.
The tape or the player?
Either.
Dude, I have boxes of all my stuff when I was a kid because I'm old as shit. Yeah. So everything came on, like, you fucking had to hand crank these goddamn things when I was growing up. So
what are you talking about?
So we had all these old ass videos on videotape. And you know what the worst fucking part is? I have 6 VHS DVD players still. Yeah. Do you know not one of those goddamn things will hook up to a flat screen?
Oh, they won't?
No, I had to go buy a shit ass tube television.
Oh, just to run those
just so I could watch, the goddamn. Yeah. I was like sitting over there and heavy as shit too. I don't even know what the fuck those things are made of, like unobtainium or something. It's fucking heavy. But we were sitting there watching that, and it was so funny. My kids, yeah, you're right. Like right now, if you're like on your phone and you're listening, just skip this song, dude. You can just say, "Hey, I want to listen to this one." Yeah. There. Yeah. On a CD, you said, what track was that? Yeah. Fuck, it was at 17. Oh, there's a hidden track. You have to push this 37 times. Yeah. But we're sitting there and we're watching the VHSs. And I was like, I was telling them, I was like, oh, you guys think I'm a dick? My dad one time was mad that I wasn't eaten by a shark. They're like, what? I'm like, no, I'll show you. My dad was an asshole. I'll show you this shit. Yeah. We're out in Monterey Bay, Santa Cruz area. And it was me and my buddy, Jeff Fisher. He was like my best friend growing up in high school. We were out and we were way out swimming, way past where we should have been. But I was buoyant as hell being fat. So I was like, worst case scenario, I can just float back in. But we're swimming way out in there. And for some stupid reason, I would put money on it. I saw a golden retriever, like 150 yards out in the middle of the ocean. Yep. So I'm trying to fucking save this damn dog. It's not a fucking dog. It's a goddamn sea lion.
Oh, okay.
So me and my friends are fucking trying to save this damn dog. That ain't a fucking dog. And so finally we come swimming in, and then I watched the tape years later. And my dad, so when I got there, my mom was like, oh, there's sharks out there. So my mom yelled out, shark. My dad's, shut your mouth. I'm videoing this. And she's like, where's the boys? Right there. And you could see, and it's so crazy. You can see me and my buddy's little dumbass heads bopping in and out of the water.
Yeah.
And then just fins coming in hot.
Love it.
And then all of a sudden you see more fins coming.
Yep.
Now, and after you watch the video, what it was is like, I was chasing the damn fucking sea lion.
Yeah.
The shark was chasing after the sea lion and us. And these fucking dolphins came over and started fucking with the sharks. And that's what saved us. I was like, dude, I would have been eaten by a goddamn shark trying to save a stupid dog that ain't a fucking dog.
You're just watching your dad talk shit.
And my dad the whole time was just like telling people to be quiet because he was going to send it to hard copy. For all you that's not old enough, that was TMZ back in the day. Hard copy. And I was like, you want to send that stuff in playing his home videos like, hey, my son was eaten by a shark. And his dumbass. No, but so I was telling them, I was like, I was like, you think I'm bad? My dad was mad I didn't get eaten.
Yep.
Like they were going through some stuff. I was like, that's a huge difference. One of my friends just was going through my Facebook the other day.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, look how cute you are with your broken leg. I was like, how'd you break your leg? I'm like, oh, my dad threw me out a window.
Damn, bro.
I was like, because we were building our house out in Fernley, kind of like how this is up here, right?
Yeah.
They were building the house. My mom and dad built their house. And I was one of those little bouncer things, like the little wheelie bouncer things that you put your kid in when you're trying to turn them. I kept coming over to him and he didn't like me. So one time he just got mad and he grabbed the damn thing and he like threw it. And it threw me out the window.
Yep.
And I don't think he says it was on purpose. I think it was. Anyway, but when it came out, I broke my leg. And dude, and everyone's like, I was like, so Rocco, I might have spanked you a couple times, but this son threw me out a window.
Yeah.
Like I was like, calm down.
Yeah.
I just mad that you
that
didn't do your
generation
homework.
was different,
dude.
bro.
We grew up like, dude. Just some of the stuff that I went through when I was like, because I lived out in the sticks out in Fernley. You know where the golf course is in Fernley?
Yep.
So you go over the canal. I lived like 3 miles out into the fucking boonies. Like my nearest neighbor was like a mile away, and the nearest paved street was like 5 miles away. It was just like I lived middle of nowhere.
Yeah.
And I remember one time I got bit by a rattlesnake coming home because like we'd be dropped off at the bus stop and we'd just run through the desert to get home. And I remember I got bit by a damn rattlesnake, and there wasn't cell phones. There was like the phone. My dad had a cell phone. It was like the old Zach Morris ones. You only turn it on because you only had a 15-minute. So you only turn it on if you were going to call somebody. It wasn't on.
Yeah.
And I remember I got bit and it freaked me out. And so me and my sister get home and I'm calling my dad, calling my mom, no one's answering the damn phone. My parents show up 4 hours later.
Yeah.
And my dad shows up and I was like, I was bit by a rattlesnake. And you could see that it was on my leg. And he was like, how long ago? I was like, 3:30 when I got home. He's like, oh, you're fine. How? He's like, you'd have been dead like 2 hours ago for you. And I was like, that was the kind of generation right now. I was like,
he's so loving. Yeah.
I was like, dude, I was like, I remember there was another time that he was telling me like, when I got bit by a black widow. Yeah. Because he watched me play with the scorpion. Yeah. He's just sitting around playing with the scorpion. And he's, oh, that'll be funny. And then a damn black widow. I was like, man, living in Fernley down the old sticks was like, man, and that's probably why I don't like spiders and snake people bug me. I don't get it.
Friendly people are just different, bro.
Dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, there wasn't much to do out there. Yeah. The fuckery was high when I was younger. Like, you only had 3 things to do and 2 of them were illegal. So the other one was trying to make babies at 12. So
there you go. Yeah. Fuck yeah.
Those are the 3 things to do. I used to ride my dirt bikes all over. Like, I think one of my dirt bikes is still in the middle of the canal because I tried to jump it. Yeah. I did not make it.
Not successful.
No, it was a 50. I barely made it up the damn hill. Yeah. Then I got swooshed. Yeah. Man, to be young and stupid. Now I'm just old and dumb. It's like, I was telling somebody, I was like, one of my friends, she's turning 22 here soon. And she was just telling me how she was out partying. And I was like, and I played that song. I was like, man, to be young, wild, and free. I was like, man, I'm old, gray, and rented. It just, I was like, I have a whole new, like, I look at the people that are like, I still try to go out, and I was like, dude, tell myself,
I like being in bed at 9 o'clock, dog. You know what I'm saying? I do.
My ass didn't go to bed last night I didn't get home till like 2:30 in the morning. Yeah. And I wake up every morning to go to the gym at 5:30. So no matter what, no matter what time I get home, I still have to go to the gym in the morning. And I was like, I'm sitting there kicking myself, but.
I was going to ask you, I was curious what you thought. Now that Street Vibes is coming up, because obviously we got some stuff going on with Reno Harley. It's going to be a busy weekend. I think collectively as a community, we're trying to take that event over, and it's been successful in the last couple of years. Really,
it's getting bigger.
I'm really glad because I'll be real, like what got me into motorcycles specifically, because I didn't come from motorcycles and I started at 16. You know what I mean? And no one got me into motorcycles. I just love motorcycles. And what got me into it was the fall rally in downtown Reno.
Dude,
you know what I mean?
Gangster.
It was cool.
Everywhere, bikes.
All bikes up and down the street and fucking just like the event's huge. It felt like a huge rally.
And then it slowly became a biker mall.
Yeah,
Wear
man.
t-shirts and rings and no
Felt like
bikes.
cosplay.
Thank you.
You know what I mean? And
Was-
I remember doing that. I don't think I missed an event from the time I was 4 years old.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then I remember when it got moved, I was with my kids and I tried to take my kids. I got kicked out. Yeah.
Right?
You know what I mean? And I was like, fuck this, dude.
Yeah.
Like I had a vengeance. You know what I'm
Dude,
saying? Like we're going to
100%.
fucking do this over.
Yeah.
And what's happening at Revision, what's happening at Reno Harley in Virginia City,
Definitely.
and fucking, it makes me glad.
Yeah.
You know, because this is real. These are dudes like, who is more profound motorcycle enthusiast than dudes in motorcycle clubs? You know what I'm saying? Who else?
It's the one thing that
and
you
you're gonna
have to
tell
have.
those guys that they can't. It doesn't make any sense.
It's the one thing you have to be an MC. It's right in there.
Yeah.
Motorcycle. You have to have it
for sure.
Otherwise, that's just go play bridge. I don't know what to
for real.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
it's like they're not gonna have they're not gonna have the guys who are the most profound enthusiasts. You know what I mean? It's like
100%.
it doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense.
And I love that. That's true. It's like I was really stoked to see that you guys are doing your bike show over there because we've done it a few years. I mean, our club still does one. The biggest little one like we did.
The biggest little bike show is me and Mack. You know what I mean?
I love that one.
Back from
and this one here's gonna be freaking amazing. I love that. And everyone's like, why do you guys do it at Harley? I was like, you know what? I'm gonna be honest with you. They're like, what's up? I'm kind of glad that it's at another location. And they're like, why? Well, one, it's a lot of work to put on a bike show. I mean,
it is.
And I don't think people realize that. They just say, oh, it's a bike show. How hard could it be? You put out some flyers. And I was like, bro, do you know the work that goes into doing this?
Yeah.
You have to find sponsors.
Yeah.
You have to find people to make trophies or buy trophies. You have to find a spot.
Yeah.
You have to make it successful. It's so much stress and like
you have to market it.
And you have to market it. And the risk to reward is so astronomically horrible.
Yeah.
But until it's done and then you fucking cloud nine.
And what's cool is Revision to Reno Harley is a 10-minute ride. You can do it all.
That's what I was saying.
And it's cool to do it all. You know
That's what I was saying. I was telling people,
it's almost cooler than downtown because it's just one spot downtown.
And you're stuck
and
there.
You're done.
And that's where I was talking about earlier with some of the guys at Harley and some of the other event places that we're working with.
Yeah.
And I was telling them all, if everything's at one location, it becomes stale so quick. People come here to ride.
Yeah, for sure.
They come here to ride motorcycles. Yeah. And yes, I want people to come to Reno Harley. I want people to buy bikes because it's obviously cool. Yeah. It's a cool thing to buy your bike at a rally. Why else do you think so many people buy their bikes at Sturgis? Or Arizona Bike Week or Daytona Bike Week. That's why they do it. It's, man, I bought my bike at Street Vibrations and all that kind of stuff. But majority of the people how many people come in here? So, anywhere it's sometimes up to 10,000 bikers come in. They come to ride. Yeah. That's what they're here for. Yeah. And I think having it like you were saying, all downtown, you'd ride to downtown, but there was really nothing else to do. You might go up to VC. Yeah. But now how it is like with Revision, Reno Harley doing their stuff, VC. Yeah. And I know in the future we were talking about like getting other places like involved all over the place and making it almost like a pathway. Yeah. Because some of the clubs here do a really good, like the Cat House Run is on that one. Yeah, love that freaking event. Yeah. And and I love those rides too. I don't get to do many of them because I'm working all the time on them now, but I love the fact that I'm telling people, and you know how weird it is to have salespeople tell you to leave the store? Yeah. They're like, no, you have to go check out this. Yeah. Go check out this. Come back here because I got food. Yeah. Because we're doing tons of stuff. We have food and we have that wheel of death or the ball of death.
Badass.
I was like,
and you got some vendors. Who's vendors over there? God, you got emotional clothing.
Emotional, I think we got. I think Bassani's coming. We got we have a lot of them, and they keep. I want to say we have almost 32 vendors coming in. No. And
is Bono coming?
I don't know. I remember we were talking to him about that for a while. And honestly, we have a new marketing guy, and they took a lot of responsibility off of me, and I appreciated it. Yeah. Because I was like, my focus needs to be on what I'm doing. So we have a really cool team down there now that really just. They do all the grunt work that like what you're doing right now with building up the event. If I had to do that and run my floor, one's failing. Yeah. So luckily they hired some people to help me like really do that. And my favorite thing is I can legitimately just come up with something. Hey, I want to do this. Yeah. And they're like, yeah. They come up with the flyers for me. They come up with the legality of it because that's dude, I just something stupid pops in my head and I want to do it. Yeah. But these guys here make sure I don't get sued, which is always nice. I do appreciate not going to prison. That's always fun. Yeah. But yeah, it's
that's
all this like stuff, and so I like the fact that VC's doing a fun run. Yeah, VC's always a blast, and then Revision, and like I see in the future, like, I kind of share your view of it. Like I want to see in the next 2, 3, 5, 10 years to be this be
all be over here, bro.
A Reno event, where it's not just it's at the J or it's at it's at Reno Harley or it's at VC, because you have to think like for a couple of years there, if
it's
VC
just
was
in
the
Reno.
only place, it was just I want it to be like. You're going to come to Reno, and everywhere you go, there's something, and it's organized. And it's like where all the people that are doing something great are communicating with each other, say, hey, we want to join with this. We want something to start here. We want there to be a reason for everyone to go And you have to think everyone's going to come to Reno Harley. That's just, if you go to a bike week, no matter where you go to the dealership. It's just, it's the hub center. And to have 4, 5, 6, 10 other locations that want to celebrate the community of biking and being bike riders and motorcycle clubs and all that stuff, and be able to tell them, hey, here's a map of all the cool stuff to do.
Yeah, that's cool.
And the other thing is, and on that same point, you were talking about being kicked out. It's crazy, like being a huge part of your life is being a part of a motorcycle club. And anybody who says that it's not a big part of their life isn't in the right club.
I agree.
It's just like, I was like, I hate my club all the fucking time.
Sure.
They're like my brothers, legit brothers. I love hate you all the damn time. And it's a lot of work because it's just
you're a servant to your club.
Yeah. Right. I tell people all the time, they think you're the VP, that means you're the boss. I was like, do you know, no, VP stands for varsity prospect. That's what I think that VP really stands for.
That's
right. I was like, all it is, it's a title. It's a job title that they give to you because they think you can do it. And the clout that comes with it is external.
Yeah.
And it's not from the club, because my club doesn't look at me as VP, oh, I'm untouchable, or you're the P, you're untouchable, or you're the SA, you're the... No, they look at, man, that's the guy that we entrusted this with, and this is the job. No,
it's a job.
It's a job.
This is what I like to... I can always tell by how clubs operate is where they're at. I don't care if you're the president or you made member 10 minutes ago. Mm-hmm. You should have the same amount of power. You know what I mean? There's no 100%. Power in being the president or a vice president. It's just a job.
It's a job.
It's a fucking role.
It's a responsibility and you can tell how good the club is. I've also been able to tell this too. You can tell how great the club is and how great the officers are by if they even wanted that position. Like our SA now.
You always know.
Our SA right now.
Nobody wants this fucking job.
Dude, no, it's like
you're the first to fight. You're the first to get. You know what I mean?
Neither one of them wanted it, but they both would accept it because that's what. And it's the same with the VP. It's like, because I've been road captain, horrible. I am not capable. I don't want to pay attention to where we're going. I want to fucking ride, man. I was like, look at that's fucking pretty.
Yeah.
You see that bear? That's all I want to say.
Yeah.
So I'm road captain. I still am bar manager. And I was treasurer, which was, honestly, I think that's one of the craziest jobs.
It's the scariest job.
Dude, it is.
Treasurer in a club, that's the only one that'll get you killed.
Dude, not only that, you know what else? I think it's like something that people don't realize. The treasurer, I think, knows more personal stuff than anybody else in the club.
Yeah, what's going on in everybody's
financial stuff, because now how hard it is as a man to go talk to another man. I can't pay my dues this month because I'm not getting my hours, or something's going on with my wife.
Yeah.
And to go to that person and open up to somebody that's, they're your brother, but still, I don't like people knowing I'm going through hardships. And so I think being a treasurer, I think that's definitely one of those jobs. I think it's a very underrated and hard job. And I did that one for a few years. And it's true, like knowing the personal business. And then when you, as the treasurer, kind of make a decision, you have to stand by that decision. And you have to explain to the P and VP, hey, what's going on? Man, you know what? Our brothers are important to us. And we make that sacrifice, and it's like, hey, we'll figure it out.
Yeah.
And so it's always that. But you can always tell every time I've ever seen a member, like our club has gone ups and downs from being one piece to going to 3, and going from way too many members to barely making the numbers to be a club, and within a short amount of time, by seeing all that stuff. And that's why I think I really do have an appreciation for my club and where we are right now.
Yeah.
Is every time I saw someone who campaigned to get a position, they didn't do well. They didn't do well and they might have done well, but they didn't do well for the club, in my opinion.
Yeah, I hear you.
Like because to them, they're like, that P meant I'm the president, I'm the big dick in this thing, I'm the VP, I'm this, I'm the SA, back up.
Yeah.
And I was like, those ones there never, ever did it. And that's where, like Fee, for instance, he was the freaking SA for damn near a decade.
Crazy.
And then became P. So like, he was one of me and him, we both went up, we were both nominated for P. And it was the craziest thing was we voted for the other guy. I voted for him and he voted for me.
Wow.
Because that was the thing, is like me and him had so much respect for what we were.
Yeah.
It's just, and we both realized like the jobs that these jobs that there are is like we both knew we could do them.
Yep.
We both knew that the other one could do them.
Yeah.
But the thing was, is like so we really wanted to hear the club. Like the reason I think we voted for each other subconsciously was I didn't want it to be up to me. I didn't want me to be the last vote on it.
Yep.
I wanted my club to say, Mack, we want you as P. We want you as VP.
Yeah.
We want you as SA. We want you as this, because that's where we feel you're the best to support this organization, this club, this family.
Oh, really?
And but I've noticed that every time, and it's so funny because every time I would see, and this is other clubs too, but mainly ours, because that's where you really get to see the fundamentals of it. every time you see someone, like, we all know what being patch happy is.
Yeah.
Dude, tab happy is I think it's 10 times worse.
Yeah.
Because, dude, the patch, you're gonna get that a little bit thin, but you're gonna get checked relatively quick.
Yeah.
But you get this tab
And you see
thing,
a thing change in people,
dude,
bro. I've seen good
fast.
dudes get a patch or a tab and change.
Like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Like
That's
that
why
day.
that's why that prospect program's important.
Oh, 100%. And
You learn everything about a dude in 4 seasons of their life, bro.
And it was so funny. Like, I remember we were bringing up because, like, I know, like, your club doesn't drink and doesn't really
We
like.
drink.
No,
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
in general, you guys aren't.
I
known
just
as,
don't drink.
No,
Yeah.
but like,
Yeah.
you guys in general are not known as the party club.
Right.
Like once, like my club was the party club.
Yeah,
like,
I hear
dude,
you.
everyone was partying, it was drinking, it was doing all the fuckery. And I think that's why I think our club is like, yeah, some of our guys, they still drink, they still party, but like in overall amount, I think we have more respect for our community, ourselves, and our stuff now. So like, they'll still drink, but I don't see like a lot of us going out getting fucking destroyed 9 days a week. Do the math on that.
Yeah.
9 days a week. They just didn't sleep for 3 days. I'm gonna fucking party for 37 hours straight. So I mean, I was like, and to see that transition, but like when you see these people that were like, no, and they wanted all these tabs, and I've seen them go up and down, and I was like, when you see these people like want the SA tab, and my big thing is, since we don't really like, a lot of the guys in my club, we just don't drink very much anymore. It's not like we have social, like, we're,
and you also have a good amount of the straight edge cats from growing up in the club. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's crazy. And everyone's like, I was like, everyone's like,
this is Jacob, the host of the 4th Street Live podcast, and my new book, The Rail Runner, inspired by my life on the railroad and being a railroad contractor, is now for sale on Amazon and Barnes & Noble. Please go check out my new story if you're looking to escape reality for a few hours. It's a great read. Support a local Reno author. Thanks so much.
You don't drink them all. It's not that I don't drink. I just don't drink.
Yeah.
I'm just so big that it's expensive. Man, I'm cheap as shit. I don't want to spend like $827 to get a buzz.
No, that's right.
Like, lose it 4 minutes. I was like, you know what I could do with that money? Damn, her name's Whitney. No.
Yeah.
No,
there's only one place in town I take my Harley-Davidson motorcycle to, and that is Slab Sides Motorcycle Shop on Glendale Avenue in Reno. If you're looking for a tune-up, customizing your motorcycle, bars, exhaust, they've got everything you need and one of the best hourly rates in town for any of your motorcycle repair stuff. Go check out Slab Sides Motorcycle Shop.
I just don't drink, but my favorite thing is, because I remember for the longest time, like I said, it's not that I don't drink, I just don't drink. It's not that I agree or disagree with what people do with their lives. I was like, bro, like, I'm your brother. I was like, but I remember for the long time we were talking about how we didn't want prospects to drink or do drugs or do anything or party really while prospecting.
Right.
And to an extent, I believe that, like, out in an event, like if we're here, we're there. No, man, you straight up. But I took an example from another really well-known club that we were really close to. They had a solid ass prospect. Dude was solid. Prospecting for a year, like over a year. They had a time. Dude, he was one of the most solid guys I met the whole time.
Yeah.
He got a patch, and then in that club was zero drinking, zero partying.
Yeah.
During your prospecting. And I respect that. And we were very similar on that aspect. And it's so funny that coming from you was different, because I was like the one I've never even smoked weed, man. I don't know, I like food.
Yeah.
I like strip clubs.
I get what
Those are my vices.
Yeah.
But I was like, no, I think we should let them, especially amongst us. We go out to bar, let them drink.
Yeah.
Let them do this. Why? Because in anywhere from a year to 2 years, that guy's going to have a patch on his back. And what happens when he's allowed to have free range of life? And now we find out that guy is a piece of shit.
Yeah.
And he was just hiding it from us because we didn't allow him to be that piece of
shit. Yeah, it's got to be controlled.
Yeah. And I was like,
We've run into that too.
And that's where my thing is. You put that patch on, now you're a piece of shit, and I'm backing you because you're my brother.
Yeah.
I'm going to kick your ass later.
Yeah.
But like out in public, I got your back. And I was like, you don't know about that. And that's what happened with this other club. Like, this other guy in this other club he didn't last 6 months, and it was just shocked to us because we were so close to him. But it was because, like, he was never allowed to be what he was. And that's why I always tell people, like, you are who you are. Like, you can always try to change. I am who I am. I always tell people, I'm decent on the outside, a piece of shit on the inside 80% of the time. But like,
if he's gonna drink, get him drunk one night.
100%. Just see
give him a bag or something. See what happens.
Just see what happens.
If he's gonna do it,
let him do it.
When he's fucking makes it.
Yeah.
Just see what he's about.
Don't you want to know?
Yeah.
That's my thing. Is like, I want to know.
Shoot him.
Yeah.
You just gonna shoot somebody, or what's gonna happen? It's a liability.
Am I gonna have to get in a fight every time we go to Del Taco?
Yeah.
Like, no, I don't need that shit. Like I said, I'm getting old as shit.
Yep.
I think I'm like the second oldest or third oldest guy in the club right now, and I feel it half the time. I was like, and it's funny.
Hold on one second. Hey, will you pause that real quick? I gotta go to the bathroom. I'll go about
I
the
know.
I love you, dog.
Oh yeah.
Before I lose it.
Yeah.
Who's the bike wash? Is it Twin Peaks or is it Men's?
Oh, honestly, I don't even know. It might even. I think they were reaching out to like Brap City.
Yeah.
It's not gonna be Twin Peaks this year, just because they're planning on being very busy and all this stuff. And I have been working really closely with them. It's really cool.
It'd be cool to do some bike events there if there was.
We actually did one.
Yeah, I remember that right when it started.
It was like a test to see how it was. We just did one. We did a bike night with them. I want to say like maybe a month ago.
Okay.
Month and a half ago, somewhere in there.
Yep.
And it was a test run, see how it went. And so it's crazy. So Christina is one of the managers over there. I love her. She's by far, she's way too cool. She's actually the one who hired me over there. And
Christina's one of your prospects.
Yeah, wives. Right? Yeah, it's so funny. I actually sold him a bike. He was asking me about clubs. To me, I love him.
Yeah.
And he was asking me about club stuff, and I actually discouraged him from coming my way. And it wasn't that I knew the guy would make it, but I also want to make sure that he was ready for it. So I really emphasized, I think like a good person will always, like a good club brother will always say, hey man, I want you to go and find something. I want you to look, don't just, oh, that's the one because of reputation. Find the one that, hey, that finds you. And he started out with a smaller club, learned, that's something that he tells me all the time, is like, he learned a lot of the do's and the don'ts and the goods and the bads with that. And then he decided, like, when it was time, hey, you know what? Now that I have a little bit of this information and like, now it's not, I don't want to be a weekend warrior. And like some people I think will join a club and thinking that's what it's like, and then they get that shell shock.
Yeah.
And so he's with that club and he says, oh cool, he learned a lot of stuff from him. Like I said, a lot of the goods, a lot of the bads, a lot of the do's, a lot of the don'ts. And it's the good thing about, I came up in a one piece. Like my club when I started was a one piece.
Yeah. So I started in a two piece. And I did learn a lot from that club. Learned a lot of good, but I learned what I didn't want.
Facts.
You know what I mean? And I learned a lot.
Yeah.
And when it was crazy how joining an established motorcycle club who's done it right, who's got multiple charters, I know it's supposed to be like this.
Yeah.
I know it's not supposed to be like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
and
sometimes learning is also having to fuck it.
Oh yeah, 100%. I mean?
Yeah.
And that's what was great about him. And I remember the first time I met her, Christina, she came in to basically do the whole, I have to ask my wife. And I was like, you do that? They're like, yeah, you don't ask your wife. I'm all, I just asked my wife. They're like, you never ask your wife if it's okay to buy a bike. I'm all, I just asked my wife if she wants to live with her mother. I don't know. Like, that's all. I was like, I'm going to do what I'm going to do. Like, you can accept what I'm going to do.
But I have to. Yeah, that's
or you can live with your mom. Either way, I'm going to be fucked up. No, I was like, no, my wife definitely gives me like way more leeway than most do. And probably more than I deserve. But
it's probably healthy.
I agree. Like me and her, like people that know me, they know I go out way more than I should and hang out with way more people than I should and do all. But like even her, she's like, my mental abilities to be able to retain stress and all that stuff, I need an outlet, and she gets that. And that's, I think, the strongest part about it is like she knows that I'm going out. She knows that I'm going out to be who I am, and that's something we've been together for 20 years now.
Fuck yeah.
So she knows like I am who I am, and that's something we first talked about. Like I can't get mad at her for being who she is, just like she can't get mad at me for being who I am.
Yeah.
But we went over to Christina, reached out to me a couple of days ago, and their 1 year is coming up here pretty soon. And they're like, we want to do a big blowout bike thing. Yeah. We want to do this, that. We want to do bikes and all this stuff. We want to do a great one. I was like, man, I'm always down to do bike stuff. I was like, I love events. I love doing bike nights. I'm super happy that there's actually quite a few bike nights that are popping up.
There.
I like little bars here and there, and like that the club's still doing them. I think it's fun kind of getting everyone in the community to get back into that. Because I do love bike. I even love independent bike nights, man.
Yeah.
It's because honestly, when we come to the club ones, it sometimes feels more like work.
Yeah,
you have to do your highs, you have to do your buys, and no matter what, your politics will come in.
Yeah.
Hey, did you hear about that? Man, I go to some of these independent ones. They're just doing stunties in the goddamn parking lot, being absolutely stupid. I'm all, oh my God, not one person has asked me if I heard about this.
Yeah.
Oh, you hear about this person? I didn't hear shit.
Yeah.
You hear they have tacos here for $1?
Yeah.
That's what I hear. I really like that. But yeah, she wants to do that. And so she actually, it was funny, like the way I got started over there. I went over to some of my club brothers. I was eating. And Kristen comes up to me. She's like, hey, Mack, you want to work? I was like, I have a job.
Yeah.
You know this.
Yeah.
She's like, so no, I need a bouncer. I was like, no, I don't want to be a bouncer.
Yeah.
She's like, why not? I'm old.
Yeah.
I already got a job.
Yeah.
I don't want to do it. And then she made me an offer. I was like, nah, I still don't want to do it. I don't want to do it. She'll tell you what. She's like, I'll pay you this much and you get 2 free meals. I was like, where do I sign?
Fuck damn. Yeah.
I was like, because their food is fucking fire. I still go there way too much.
Yeah.
Like I think I go there 3-4 nights a week. That's like my perfect after the gym meal. And the thing I love about some of the girls that are over there, like Hazel, some of my friends, there's Kendra, Hazel, a lot of these girls over there, Chow, we were talking about her a minute ago, that girl, craziness and like the smallest package.
Yeah.
I love the fact that they treat people with like, they treat me so good over there. They really do. They're snarky, some of them. Ava, a little pain in the ass. I love her still too. Just a little pain in the ass.
Yeah.
Sarah over there, they're super nice. And my favorite thing is they make me food that's not even on the menu.
No.
Because they know that I'm on a carnivore diet and I'm really watch what I'm eating. And they go over there and they're like, they bring me one of the girls, she brought me, because I just want some hamburger patties, maybe some eggs. She went over and had the cooks maybe like hamburger patties with some fried eggs and cheese over it. I was like,
yeah,
I don't know. That was the best. I was like, why is this so freaking good?
Food is fucking
dope, fire.
Bro. Yeah.
It's good.
It's like men's club, man.
It is. Oh, bro.
It's like men's club food is so good, bro.
It's so underrated. Yeah. People do not realize.
No, they don't.
It's so funny because I remember.
And there's topless chicks.
Dude, there's nothing better than sitting there eating your filet and lobster and nipples.
Yeah.
It's just, or like just, you're like, oh, that's Asia's ass right there.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, that's almost heaven.
Yeah, hey, look, Lexi's shading her titties right now. I'm fucking happy as shit right now.
Yeah.
Now some fucking chicken wings.
Yeah.
No, it's the same thing. Yeah, I love the food over there. And I've been going there for years.
John knows the cooks' names.
Oh, he's
there a lot.
I go there. Yeah. I think I go there almost as much as I go to Peaks, where it's just, I'm almost there too much.
Okay.
But I love, and it's so funny because everyone's like, really, it's the food. I was like, have you ever had it? My wife used to call there while I was there.
Yeah.
And talk to Stephanie, who was one of the servers at the time.
Yeah.
And order food through her. And then I'd be leaving. She said, oh, hold on. Kendra ordered food. I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
She'd get the Roman orgy because that was her thing.
Okay.
I thought that was something else. It's good.
It's a food thing?
Good. Yeah. It's crab cakes, coconut prawns. That's how you know I'm fat.
Okay.
And I've been there too much. I can recite the damn menu.
Yeah.
It has some chicken skewers, some beef skewers, and then cheese and crackers and fruit. And I'm allergic to fruit. So I like to eat the fruit first, just to make everyone fucking freak out that I might die. I was like, okay. Can you imagine carrying my fat ass out? Yeah, you're going to carry my fat ass out of here?
Yeah.
You know, it took all my money and I died.
No. Yeah.
No, but seriously, I go there all the time. The food, I think, I get the filet there a lot because their steaks are.
I get the filet.
Dude, it's fucking good. Kick-ass filet is just too much. That sauce is dumb.
Yeah.
And I remember Tony, I started bringing him there when he started working with me over at Harleywood. I started working for him. I was like, bro, you have to have a day of like half off sushi on Sunday, Mondays.
Yeah.
And I go there for the steak. He's like, dude, I'm not going to eat at a strip club. I was like, you say that.
Right.
And then all of a sudden one day he's like, I'm not going to have sushi at a strip club. So he comes with me. He's like, can I order my sushi? And he was like, are you serious right now? I was like, yeah.
Shit,
he took one bite. Motherfucker. We started going there every Sunday.
Yeah.
So then getting our filet and lobsters, getting the filet and lobsters. That's the crazy piece. And it's so funny. I remember one time my wife, she comes in my game room and she's like, hey babe, what's your favorite strip club? And I was like, it depends on what you're looking for. What do you mean? Well, it depends. Are you looking for an old school, hey, don't touch that? You're going to go to this club?
Spice House is always going to be my favorite.
Dude.
It's going to be my favorite.
You never
That was my first one.
Really?
Yeah.
Wild Oak was my first one.
Yeah.
Was going there when I was 18.
Yeah, I was 18 at Spice.
Yeah.
With my fake Idaho ID.
I didn't fake. I was short. I was like 6'4" with a beard.
Right.
And
Cool.
18 years old.
Yeah. They didn't say.
And then my cousin Lenny taught me how to get into strip clubs.
Yeah.
Without getting carded.
Yeah.
He's like, you're big, and you kind of he's like, look annoyed that you have to be there.
Yeah.
I'm like, what? He's like, yeah. So we go in there, and I know you can play the part. So I go in there, and he was like, I go over there, I'll be standing there just grumpy.
Yeah.
And they're like, all right, it'll be $10. That's how, once again, how you know how old I am.
Yeah.
Shit was $10 then.
$10.
$10 to get in.
It's 25 now, bro. Yeah.
I don't know. I don't pay to get in anymore.
Yeah. That's
Thank
cool.
you, girls.
That's also another reason. That's how you go there a lot. Yeah.
Where you come in and they're like, oh, what's up, Mac? Your table's ready. Shit.
Yeah.
And I was like,
yeah, Fakila knows you by name. Yeah.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Come in. Oh, dude, it's so crazy. But that was like, my wife, she was asking, she's like, you know what my favorite is? So she was like, how much is it? I was like, I don't know how much. I'm going to be honest. I don't remember how much it is to get in. So she's like, do you mind taking me and my 3 girlfriends over there? Oh, see, I twist my arm. I'm on my way. Do I have to put underwear on or can we just do this free ball? You know? So I take her out there and it was funny. So we meet her 4 friends there. And as they're going, and I'm behind them, and they're like, oh, it'll be this, whatever it was. And they see me, they're like, oh, shit, Matt, come on in. Bringing the girls with me. So we're going in there, passing the sushi. And of course, all the girls there, I've known a lot of them. Like, Haley's done tons of Allie's done a lot of our bike washes. And so is Alaska. And so many, all of them, Jesus God, have worked with us on multiple cases for multiple things. And so we're going through there, and all the girls giving them hugs, and also managers, all that stuff. And they're like, hey, Mac, I'm sorry. They said, we didn't know you're coming in. So they put my reserve table off to the side. And I can hear in the background, because I'm shaking all their hands, kissing all the babies. And we are going around, and I can hear my wife's friend go like, how often does he come here?
Yeah.
And Kendra's like, not often, like maybe 4 or 5 times a month. They're like, that's not a lot. They're like, no, I don't have to cook for him, so this is pretty fucking solid. I was like, that's the same thing. It was like, so yeah.
I like men's because men's, man, they support, they support motorcycles.
Percent.
And none of the other clubs, there's clubs in town that don't support us
at
whatsoever. they're in opposition to us.
Yeah.
And those
Which is crazy.
places I won't support.
Yeah.
But there's also clubs that are just indifferent.
They don't care.
You know what I
One
mean?
way or
Yeah.
another, hey, don't bring shit in here. We're cool.
For sure.
Cool.
Yeah. That's great. But men's is they support us.
They support. Like they legit. They actively support the community.
Yeah.
To me, and that's why I've always. We always say in our life, we always support who supports you, respect who respects you. And yeah, that's 100%. That's the men's club. Exactly. That's to the T. Like they're always calling me if I ever need anything, which is cool. As I don't know if you know this, but they got a new owner now.
Oh, okay.
And dude, solid guy. And I don't know if he's a new owner, new manager. He's taking it over.
Okay.
And he's a solid fucking dude. And it's so crazy. Like those guys, the people that have been, like I said, been going there since I was 18.
Yeah.
And I think the reason I really do love it, because I used to like all the other ones too, but because they were strip clubs. Man, this is a gentleman's club.
Yeah.
And I think I'm a gentleman occasionally.
Okay.
I have my moments.
Yeah.
And I like the fact that they're just fun. Like Raven is legitimately, I think, one of the coolest girls there ever.
Yeah.
So I got my logo tattoo.
Yeah, I seen that. Yeah.
And this girl here,
I seen it on her at the thing. Yeah.
Dude, I was like, this girl here, like the most, that to me, I was like,
that's tight.
She is.
Yeah.
And it's so funny if you ever talk to her, because like I love the way her look. She's very just like that, kind of like that goth but pinup kind of look. And so you don't know what to expect from her. And then you sit and talk to her.
Yeah.
And she is like one of just the most like down fun people. And I think that's, you know what I think, the girls from strip clubs have the same things that we have to do, that persona of.
Yeah.
They're like, they're just a bunch of stupid. They're not smart. They're not this. Dude, one of them's a freaking author.
Yeah.
Dude.
She's going to be on.
I can't wait. I'm definitely watching that one. Dude, and some of these women are like, they go to college, and their personalities are just so dramatically, and once you know them, it's like knowing us. You're like, so I think maybe that's why I hang out with so many girls that work there. It's because they really, they get it. It's like they really put on that, they have that persona that they have to have. And my daughter even says that about me. She's like, Dad, I know the real you. She's like, the Big Mac that everyone else sees. She's like, you have 3 different Big Mac characters that you play out in public. And she's like, I know my dad. Yeah. And I was like, oh, really? And I hit you a little. I was like, what's that shit? Oh, depressed as shit all the time. Oh, fucking things like that.
Yeah.
I've never seen anyone.
Full of anxiety. Yeah.
I've never seen anyone worry about so much stuff and tried never to let anyone know about it. That was cool. But no, that's what,
we should have just I should have had them sponsor this episode.
Dude, I know.
I'm just a fan.
I know. I love it. I'm probably going there. What's today, Saturday? I work too much. Sunday? I'm probably going there tomorrow. I don't give a shit. I love that spot.
Fuck yeah.
And and I love that. I remember one time my wife, she even asked me, why do you go to men's, Twin Peaks so much?
Yeah.
And okay, I ain't going to sit there and lie that lingerie night ain't kicking. It's nice. No, but I remember one time, like, I don't think she was meaning to be a dick, but she might have been. I'm an ass a lot of times too, so maybe she's getting back at me. But she was like, hey, I made dinner, and she made everyone dinner. I went in it again. The kids had their big bowls of spaghetti, and this is when I was not doing my carnivore. I was trying to bulk. I go in there, and this butthole leaves 4 spaghetti noodles and like a spoonful of frickin' marinara. So and I'd have a microwave pizza for dinner. Right. I was like, oh, this is some bullshit. Yeah. Then the next day I go to the gym, and I go in, and it's slamming over there. Yeah. And if I'm by myself, I don't like sitting at a table. It feels weird to me. It just feels weird. Like I more feel weird that I'm taking up a table where they can have a family and the girls can make real money off of the tips.
Sure.
So I'll sit at the bar. But so I went in there and the bar was loaded. Right. There was so I went in, well, hey, can I get my steak and eggs to go? Yes, they have really good steak and eggs. That's on the menu. They cook it with butter. Fucking love them. So they made me my steak and eggs. They're like, why? I just don't want to. Like, oh no. So they let me go sit in the cigar lounge because it was already closed off for the night. They let me sit over there, and the girls would come in every once in a while just to chat on with me, make sure I was good, bring me my 37 sodas because I drink too much soda. Yeah. And just constantly, I was like, bro. And then, it's just the fact that I think I am there a lot, but the girls there and the management and even the Don, who's one of the directors over there, and Christina, I think they treat me so well over there. I feel like sometimes I forget that I don't live there. Yeah. I was like, but we'll be there till closing sometimes. Yeah. And it's just hanging out with them because it's the same thing. Yeah. I think a lot of people forget that those girls over there, that's their job, and they're there to be like fun and entertainment because that's what they are. Is they'll tell everyone, like, we're entertainers. But I think a lot of people forget, just like everything else, that they're the same people. They're people. They're fun to hang out, talk to. Their personalities are dramatically different, and just they're always like. But I think it's so funny because I think they get that cookie cutter thing as we do as girls that work at the strip clubs. There's this. Everyone just thinks that we fit in this. Box.
You're in a category. Yeah,
it's freaking weird to tell them.
No, another thing I wanted to talk to you about before we wrap up.
Oh yeah,
we're getting a little close, but I wanted to touch on the Law Tigers.
Oh yeah.
Law Tigers just sponsored our thing. Law Tigers is now a sponsor of our podcast and our show, an important part of Injury. It's not. What do they say about going down? It's not if or when.
You're gonna,
You're gonna fucking, I go down. I fucking dump my shit all the time. You know what I mean? Get crash bars, fucking whatever. But another thing that I wanted to talk about before I talk about Law Tigers, Law Tigers sponsors this. Law Tigers is going to be sponsoring a lot of events in our community.
They always
things
do.
like that. They're a big supporter of Reno Harley-Davidson. For sure.
I think they're probably, if not the, I would say one of, if not the biggest supporter. They have come to every event. They have paid for like trophies.
Yeah, for the biggest little bike show in Spring Rally, they do the trophies. Yeah,
and they also, what's crazy is like if anybody who's unfortunate enough to have to utilize them, and that's what sucks. Like you have to use them. Yeah. But like when you have a company like that legitimately is a good company, you don't feel like that anxiety goes away. And I think that's where Law Tigers is really cool at. Yeah. Like when you call them, they're not trying to pass the buck that they're going to take it. It's like like I said, me personally, I've been working with them for 5 years. Yeah, I would say hands down, like one of the coolest group of people I've ever had to work with as an event. Yeah, we've been hit up by lawyers, even to like motorcycle injury lawyers, to hit up this show, and you could just tell they don't ride motorcycles, bro. Okay. You know what I mean? These guys ride motorcycles, which is cool. They know what they're talking about. One of the girls that's one of the, so she was up here last time. She actually used to work for a Harley-Davidson in California. She's a rider. I mean, these people here, like you said, they're not just some lawyers like, hey, I think I can, looking at this as a meal ticket. Yeah. These guys here understand. Yeah. And I think that's where, like, I've never met anyone from Law Tigers that I was like, poser. Yeah. No, they're all like, they ride and they care. And to me, that's the biggest thing, like about anybody that, like we were talking about before. Yeah. Law Tigers is gangster. I love the fact that unfortunately I've had some friends that have had to utilize them. Right. And they said, bro, it was way less scary once they knew they had somebody that actually knew what they were doing. Because that's one thing. Having someone who says, "Oh, I'll be there for you," but follow behind it, but also knows what they're doing. Yeah, no, 100%. Yeah. Yeah,
and they're sponsoring the Baddest Little Bike Show too. What's up, everybody? September 27th is Street Vibes in Reno, Nevada. And I don't know about you guys, but I miss the way it used to be in downtown Reno, bikes lining the streets. It was an event and people would come out. Well, we're trying to bring that back with the Baddest Little Bike Show at Revision Brewery. Come out September 27th. At Revision, we've got a FXR, Bagger, Club Style, V-Gloss, Chopper, Metric, cars, vendors, trophies, giveaways, surprise guests, and more. There is nowhere else to be on Saturday Street Vibes than Revision Brewing for the Baddest Little Bike Show. Come check it out. And yeah, just if you're listening and you're coming down for fall vibes and you're wondering what to do, Reno Harley-Davidson, Virginia City is always a must. Revision is going to be, it's Robert. Yeah. It's Mondo from Denver Choppers.
Oh, hell yeah.
And they're putting that show on. And you can do it all. They're all 10 minutes away from each other. Dude, yeah. And stay away from fucking downtown. Yep. And come support events put on by real fucking bikers.
Real bikers, yeah.
Like Mondo's a world famous cat. You know what I mean? And he's right here in our backyard. Mm-hmm. He's sharing fucking art, in my opinion. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah. If you've ever seen one of his bikes in person, it's next levels. Yeah.
Yeah. And so there's a lot of cool things to come. The other thing I want to talk to you about is the riding program.
Oh, yeah.
It's back going.
Oh, yeah. So it's going to go up, and we normally go right until the end of season.
Okay. What's that?
So the end of season.
The end of season?
So the end of season, I know.
Yeah.
We don't know what that means.
Yeah.
End of season
I ride in the fucking snow, boys.
Yeah. Me too. I get, dude, I don't care. My seat, the CBOC I just got.
Yeah.
Dude, that thing there. Yeah. I leave it in track mode and get on the fucking freeways.
There you go.
I don't care.
Yeah.
That thing smashes.
Yeah.
No, but like towards what they would consider the end of riding season is like what the end of in the October area, like sense. Maybe a little into November. Because we kind of just like when the weather starts turning or people
we're snowing. Yeah,
it's snowing. People are coming back. Yeah. I will always, what I do like about our riding academy more than others, and like I said, obviously I'm going to be slightly biased towards it because it's mine. But what I do care, what I like about it is I've heard so many people going to a couple of the other, it's $150 and you're damn near guaranteed to get your license. Yeah. And the thing is like, they don't
learn much.
You don't learn. It's like to me, that sounds like, give me your money. Yeah. Get your license. Hope you have insurance. To me like that. Because I think most of the time it's like a day, maybe a 2-day course. And it's like 1.5 day course where you go to a lot of these places. Like ours is a 3-day course. Yeah. And it's so funny because like I know people that go through that course still. They've been riding for 10, 15, longer than I have. And they'll do the course. One, like you get an insurance break on it, which is really cool. So if you take a certified course, you get an insurance break, which is always cool. but they actually go through not only the laws, which I think that gets stepped over a lot because there are a lot of laws that people in
the most important one that I never knew is you can run red lights in Nevada. Should we talk about that?
Oh yeah,
yeah. You can run red lights in Nevada on a motorcycle.
You can
after as soon as the sun goes down, right?
Oh yeah. And they also have a 2-light thing. So if you're at a stoplight, if you stop at a stoplight, and it doesn't cycle because of the weight, you're allowed to go. And I know that because I did that once. And as I looked in my mirror, it was a Reno PD.
You went.
Pulled up behind me, and I left. And I was like, and I saw it, and I was like, damn.
No,
of course.
He knew.
And he sat there, and I left, and I was like, nothing?
Yeah.
Ooh. And that's actually when I looked into it, because I didn't know about that until that either.
Yeah.
And it's so crazy. So there's all those little laws that you just don't know about until you go into those things.
Yeah.
And then the second day is a lot of that, like how to ride, the safety aspect, and where to ride in the road, all that kind of cool stuff. And then the third day is like a half day where you take out some Harleys over to Summit Racing, because we rent out their area. And you get to ride some little Harley 500, Street 500s.
Yeah.
And they're set up to, if you can drop them or whatever. But I think it's crazy. Like, people who've been riding for longer than I will still take that course.
Yeah.
And they still, I've heard a few say, man, I even learned something. Yeah. Most of it, I think, for me and you would be the law.
Yeah, that's it. No, I learned some stuff. I didn't take it until I was already the president of this club. But it was like, we put it in our bylaws, like, you need to do it. So I can't just say, guys, you need to do it if I'm not going to fucking do it.
Oh, yeah,
so
yeah. Lead by example, 100%.
Yeah, 100%. I needed to just, it's no, they're going to be like, he doesn't.
Exactly.
Fucking,
yeah. No one
I
follows
needed
that.
to. Yeah. The other thing I was going to talk to you about is there anything you can tell us about the 2026 line at all? Do you know anything? Because I'm going to have you back on.
Oh, yeah. Oh, God.
You know what I mean?
As soon as we know. What I love and hate the most about Harley-Davidson, dude, they love keeping their shit as close to the best as possible.
Yeah.
I do know that they're going to coming out with the big lineups. The roadsides, the street glides are going to go there. I do the fact that they got rid of the standard and the special and the ST. Now you come in and get a road glide, and then you just build what you want to build. And so you're not getting charged for stuff that you don't want. So at first I was like, why? Oh, you have to pay for this? And I was like, dude, I don't think I used that one whole time. The whole time I had my 23 road glide, I don't think I ever used navigation. So other than what was on my phone. Yeah. So I was being charged for shit I wasn't even going to use. So I like that fact. I'm hoping that they come out with cool colors that they did. Because honestly, this year here, I think it was the first time in a long time where they didn't come out with some just shit colors.
Yeah.
Every color this year was fucking solid.
Yeah, they were cool colors.
Like a couple years ago, they had the West Khalifa, the black and yellow.
Yeah.
Dude.
A little much.
Dude.
Yeah.
And it was the worst yellow.
Somebody bought it.
Dude, yes. Yeah. Because I put it on sale.
Yeah.
It looked like the hot mustard from like a Chinese restaurant. It was just the wrong color.
Yeah.
I was not a fan of it. Yeah, some people totally dug it. But honestly, I think they're going to keep coming up with the good colors. I do the fact that Harley is starting to move into more into a traditional, back to its roots kind of thing. Is that?
Oh yeah.
That's something.
Think they'll ever bring back the FXRs or the Dynas?
I would, man. I'd give a baby toe for that.
Yeah.
Dude, it's something. No, it's always funny. I get more customers talking to me about that.
Yeah.
Do you ever think they'll bring? I was like, bro, I'd love it. And like, there's some bikes I'd love to come back. Honestly, I understand the reasoning and the politics behind it, like how the irons all went away, and I understand it.
Yeah.
The Sportster was not the biggest seller. It was a huge seller, but it wasn't like, it was the starter bike, and that's why it was so popular. It was the starter bike.
Yeah. It was my first Harley.
Yeah. And then a lot, and then within what you have about a year and a half.
Yeah, XL 1200, and I had less than a year.
Yeah.
It was out. I was way outgrowing it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And especially with your height. Yeah, it's the same with me.
Yeah.
Dude, I'm on one of those things that I look like a rollerblade on the freeway.
For sure.
It's horrible.
Yeah. Like if you have to put forward controls on it, it's probably not for you, bro.
Like when I'm on it, like I was a hard sneeze from like it being inside me.
Yeah.
It was bad. Like every time my stomach growled, the horn would turn.
Yeah.
No, it's bad.
Yeah.
So I'm just too big. I mean, I love them. Like the 72, I think is one of the coolest. The 48s are gangster. But like they went to the new Revolution Max motor, and
I don't fucking crazy.
I know, and it's so. I think it got a bad rap right out the gate.
Yeah,
and I know why it did. It's the same.
That's a 1250, right?
Yeah, they have a 1250 and a 9. Yeah, they have all the different like sizes of the 875 or whatever the hell it is.
Yeah,
too small for me.
Yeah,
I think it got a lot of hate, and it's the same reason that the M8's got a hate, and it's
change.
It's just it's a change. You're used to what you're used to.
Yeah.
You like it is what it is. But then, for instance, I brought the Pan America ST over to, and I looked over at Twin Peaks for a week because I change out the bikes there all the time. I just left a CBO over there right now.
Yeah.
And I picked that bike up, and I forget that thing there. If you don't respect that son of a bitch, she gonna get.
Yeah.
I was on the freeway and I was in third gear, and of course it's in sport mode because.
And that's electronic suspension.
Yeah, electronic suspension, and it thing rips. And so the Pan America ST is the street edition of the Pan America, because the Pan America had more of the knobby tires. It was meant to go off-road because I bought the very first one that came in. Actually, that's not true. Sean Kerr bought the very first one, and I bought the one right after him because dude, I just wanted my size dirt bike. And no, but that thing was a gangster thing. But I got on the Pan America ST, and I'm on the freeway, and I'm in third gear, and I'm like checking my spot, making sure I can get over. And I just roll the throttle, and that damn thing just starts coming up off the front wheel. I was like, and I am not a small man by any means. And that thing just started wanting to come up. That thing there, I would definitely say, if you're looking for that little more of a thrill bike, like honestly, I could see that kind of taking over some of the, like that Dyna Bro kind of culture, because of the way it rides. And I can see people coming also from the sports bike. So I think it's a good bridge. I remember, what was it, 5-6 years ago, they were talking about coming out the Bronx that kind of looked like that R1, like a full fairing.
I don't know about all that.
Dude, they came in, and that was the sign. I was like, and at the time, you have to think, at the time that was being talked about, my club was a sports bike club.
I get it.
So I was like, oh my God, that's how we're going to get Harleys in this son of a bitch.
The only thing that got me into Harleys was a bad back.
Mine was weight problems.
Yeah, that too, bro. Yeah. No, I probably would have stayed on street bikes if I fucking didn't have a fucked up back, bro. You know what I mean?
Oh, I get it, yeah. Because the biggest sports bike, and it was my last sports bike, was a Hayabusa.
Fuck.
Yeah, the Falcon. They used to call me the Falcon Commander.
Yeah.
And I loved that bike. I still do. And it's so funny because I'll talk to people all the time about what transitioned me really from sports bikes to cruisers. Because like I said, I didn't go straight to Harley. Went to Harley because I started working there and fell in love with the brand and all the stuff that it has. And now I'll talk to sports bike people. I was like, hey, you know how like when you're just riding that bike at 65 miles an hour on the freeway, what you feel there? What do you mean? I'm all, nothing.
Yeah.
Nothing. I don't feel any adrenaline on a sports bike until I'm being like overly stupid. Not that kind of stupid. The overly stupid that when you get off the bike, you're like, oh, damn, what the kids. I have people like me occasionally. I have bills to pay. Dude, what the fuck?
Yeah.
That's the only time I got adrenaline. Every time we just got an H2 in one time, one of those supercharged Kawasaki's.
Yeah.
I got on that thing, and the first thing we want to do, I get on the freeway, and I'm doing a $160 on a shoulder. Why? Because I'm stupid. And that's what that bike wants me to do.
For sure.
But what's crazy, I tell them all, but I get on my Road Glide. I get on my Dyna.
Yeah.
Dude, I get on my Deluxe. And with my freaking giant, like, my ape hangers, I get the same adrenaline spikes riding that and just cruising my Vecla class bikes. I get that adrenaline just by the loud pipes and all that stuff. And then I get on my CVO, and it's a performance bagger. Dude, that thing, it rides and handles the way it does. And I get adrenaline just going back and forth to work. So I think that's like the biggest difference. I think once you realize that, my back hurts, my knees hurt, but I still want that, and I think that's when you go to the Harley side of it, or just the cruiser side in general.
Yeah.
Because that's the thing is like, people think because I work at Harley, like I have animosity towards all other.
No, man, I like two wheels.
Dude, I
like two wheels everything. I like bicycles, bro. You know what I mean?
I'm big.
Yeah.
The one at the gym's nice because it has a TV on it, but you can listen to like podcasts.
Yeah. There you go.
Who hell? Dude, I just sit there and freaking you can plug your phone into just watch.
Oh, sick. Okay.
Some of these gyms are getting really smart.
Yeah.
You had him on a little while ago. Chris, dude.
Diamond Gym. Or what's it called? It's called Silk Diamond.
Yeah, Silk Diamond. Dude, you ever at least take a tour of that spot. I go in there. I'm definitely joining that spot up here soon. Because I'm stupid and I'm a creature of habit.
Yeah, I get that.
And I was like, but I'm growing out of my gym substantially.
That place is cool.
That place is gangster.
Yeah.
They have some stuff over there and that's the thing is I still have to keep my gym membership because that's where my family goes because my family's not ready for that kind of gym. But I have definitely hit that aspect where that's the gym I want to go to. Being in there, if you haven't been in there, dude, the walk around it's just the atmosphere in there. Right. It's where I am now. I don't think that's where I would have started out, honestly, because it's intimidating to the fact that.
So I thought it was I went in there, man, and I checked that shit. It is definitely intimidating at first, but like he was saying because I was like,
so
you said it was average. He's like, it's average shows. I'm going in there and I'm seeing some fucking buff ass people in there, and they're like. It definitely felt
the people there
welcoming.
Is not what you're expecting. Like I said, it's once again, it's that pitch, and it's like,
but it's Reno shit.
It's Reno shit.
I want Reno shit,
dude. Yeah,
I do want.
And
Reno
I love
shit.
that spot there. So I'm definitely going over there. I took the tour, talked to him. He's done events over at Harley before too. That's why I think is his wife that runs the front.
Yeah.
Dude, she was super cool over there. Give me the full out tour on it. I was like, and I really dig that. I'm a big fan. I've always told everyone. I was like,
he's starting a show.
Oh, is he?
Yeah. What's it called? He ain't got a name, but he's starting a show.
Dude, really?
Just
that was really
and a high class guy and a V-Club guy, and he's really doing.
I love that. So, and me personally, like you, that's why I'm super happy about doing on this. Is I am a huge fan of. I'm everything local.
Me too.
Like I am like I'm always small business. I will spend a little bit more.
You don't have to there, which
and
is
that's
wild,
which is crazy. But I will like I'll spend a little bit more on those little mom and pop stores rather than going to Walmart. I'd rather go to some of these like smaller little cafes. I like food trucks. Dude, you can't get more small business than a food truck. And that's what I love. I mean, dude, In our clubs, dude, we've had some food trucks around here. And
I'm trying to talk Beth into doing a food truck, but a bikini coffee food truck, dude.
Dude,
wouldn't that be a dope idea?
I don't drink coffee, but I'd order something.
For sure.
I was like,
sell chips. Who gives a
I was
fuck?
like, do you got diet sodas? That's all I want. You got some ice?
God, you could,
some ice.
sell Doritos for $5 a bag.
People,
bro.
100%.
Yeah.
I'll support.
Yeah, okay, thanks, bro.
Dude, I got you, bro. Bring it over to Harley every morning.
Do it, dude.
Yeah,
I don't know.
100%.
Yeah.
And I'm a big
because I love Portland, and Portland's got some cool ones.
Dude, yeah, it's so crazy, and that's what I love. I love like when small people and another person that really inspires is my brother Rick.
Yeah.
He started a car club when he was younger. Went through a lot of rough times just growing up. That we're dumb. We're dumb when we were younger. Went through a lot of crazy shit, and then to see where he is now, like he owns his own little dealership. It's like the Little Details. It's like a super cool little spot, and he's I bought my daughter's first car that she's financing and was going through him. You know what I mean? Because she's trying to build her credit. Now I know what credit is, and they need to.
Yeah.
But I'm always like, I love going to those. I love every time I see a small food truck, one that pops up. I always pop over there.
Yeah.
Even if it's not my style of food, I just want to try it. That's why I always call food trucks for events. Over there is we could get catered. Yeah, we can do one of these big places. Chili's will cater for us if we wanted to. The Canes will cater for us. Capiati's, all those will cater. But man, honestly, what I like I love. Sometimes we'll have a taco truck come over, and we'll pay like for all of our employees for food. And we just say order whatever you want, and we'll cover and that's why. So I'm a big fan of that. And I really try to That's why I was talking about like the first week or two before Street Vibrations. Over at Harley, I really focus on local buyers because I want them to get their bike and get ready. I don't want them to spend the day at the goddamn dealership during Street Vibrations trying to buy a bike. No, man, I want you to stop by, maybe get some food, get some merch, and then get on the bike that you bought last week, and then go to the bike show, then go to VC, and then
But if you do, dude, I was in and out of there in 20 minutes.
Dude, it's super fast.
That shit never happens, bro.
Dude,
I was in and out in 20 minutes.
I know, it's so funny because everyone always says, man, it takes forever.
We'll take your 20 grand.
Yeah, I was like, and it would
take that long.
I tell everyone, they're like, why does it take so long sometimes? Like when you go to buy cars, and I was like, honestly, because the customer won't follow the damn process. What I do, the process that I follow is not for me. It's for the customer. I don't want you in there for 3, 4, 5 hours. I want you out on your motorcycle. I want you going, bro, best decision ever. That's what I want. Yeah. So the faster I can get you to find the bike for you, make sure everything works out for you correctly. I'll never sell a bike to somebody that I know they can't afford that. Like if I know that in 3 months they have to return it because they didn't, dude, that was a horrible job on my side.
I get it.
Like that's a shit ass person to sell somebody something they can't afford.
Yeah.
It sucks.
Yeah.
And there's nothing worse than after they work so hard to get a bike and then 3 months later they have to turn it in. You just cut their nuts off. It's fucking horrible. Never do that shit. So I really want to make sure stuff's financially feasible. And I have talked more people than I probably should ever talk about out of buying certain bikes.
Yeah.
Because I was like, bro, I'm telling you right now, this is not the bike for you at this time. Let me help you get your credit. You have all this stuff coming up. Dude, enjoy this bike. Find out what kind of rider you are. I think that's my biggest thing too when I'm helping people fit a bike.
Yeah.
Like when you bought your first bike. No, your first bike, your sporty. It was probably it was something you could afford.
Yeah.
It was something to get you
into it. I was also learning, I think a huge part of it was I know I wanted to customize motorcycles. That was a huge part of it, and I wanted to learn how. And every time I did, it was always black and gold accents, you know what I'm saying? And I learned every time. I learned something, you know what I mean?
And the sporties are a great way.
It was a great way to fucking learn, and it was a great way to there's only 2 holes. There's only...
No, it's great.
Yeah, it's just gear and...
Yeah, you're ready to go on it.
Yeah, it was like fucking easy.
And that's the funnest part about it. And I always tell people, it's like a lot of people come in and they buy their first bike from me. Like I said, it's one of my soft spots for it. And I will a lot of times get somebody on a bike that's a little bit cheaper, maybe not 100% what their aspirations were for at that time.
Right.
Because my thing is, if you're to come in, you've never been before, and you're over here looking at a $50,000 CVO because, I can afford it, I have the money for it. But to find out you're not using it for what it's for, that's that was me being a crappy fit. Like I wasn't helping you in any way. It's the same thing like if you're coming in and I'd rather find someone like something like a Softail Standard or a Dyna or a Wide. It's just maybe one of those like smaller bikes that are kind of fun. I was like, and I call these a learner bike, and it doesn't mean necessarily learning how to ride.
Yeah.
It's for you to learn what kind of rider you're going to be.
Yeah.
You might say, you know what? I just smashed with my friends. I don't go farther than Tahoe.
Yeah.
Do you need a Road Glide or a Street Glide Special? Do you need a CVO for that? No, you don't.
Are we going to take your money?
Yeah. Like, I was like, I'll take it.
Yeah.
But I'm going to try to help you out get the right thing.
Good call.
But it's the same thing as I'd rather get something small. And then, you know what? you might get that small, like, Softail Standard.
Yeah.
And you went on a road trip with your friends down to SoCal or maybe up to Oregon or just anywhere. And you're like, that was the funnest thing I've ever did.
Yeah.
This bike was not meant for it. I want to come in. You come in on a smaller bike and you upgrade to a bigger bike. You're not upside down. You're not screwed. But if you were to come in and buy a $50,000 bike from me, and then
where do you go up
then
from
you come,
that?
I know, and then you come back like 6 months later, finding out, dude, this is just too much for me. This is not what I wanted.
Yeah.
Oh, I want that lower. Dude, okay, yeah, but now you're carrying over. You have a $50,000 motorcycle, and now it's gonna be harder for you to do all this stuff. So,
I get what you mean.
And I always like to explain that to people. I was like, well, believe me, I said, our biggest job over at Harley as the fit specialist, they're not salespeople. They're really not. Like I am. I'm a salesperson. That's what my job is. It's in my title, sales manager. It's damn right there. Our fit's job is to legitimately fit people correctly onto a bike that fits all their stuff. It fits their financials, fits their capability, which is a big one I think a lot of people forget. Oh, just throw them on that. I was like, bro, that's a 131 Lowrider S. They're going to die. Don't do
and
that
wide
shit.
glides are cool. You just don't want your friends to see you.
Yeah, no, I get it. And I was like, dude, it was the same thing with, that's how I felt on my damn victories.
No, victories are cool.
Dude, they are, but when all of your friends are on fucking Harleys and I showed up.
I didn't know, man. And then I fucking bought a wide glide and then all my friends are like,
where'd you get that? And I was like,
I was like, what do you mean?
Man,
it's a Dyna, right? And they're like,
no,
not really.
It's
like a Dyna, like tofu is meat.
Yeah,
you know
exactly.
what I mean?
Yeah,
tastes the same.
Yeah, it's the Impossible Burger.
It's an Impossible Burger.
Impossible Burger.
Yeah,
it's a Dyna, the slow friend one, the one that skipped some grades. That one there. Yeah, that one there.
But now, knowing what I know, I could build a fucking wide glide and make it dope. You know what I mean?
And that's
turn it into a mid glide, no problem.
And that's why honestly, I dig like about what you were talking about earlier. You want to learn how to build, and I was like, that passion right there.
Yeah,
I don't think enough of that. People I'm definitely not that guy.
I get what you mean. Yeah,
I like me personally. I am all about. I like riding.
That's an alcoholic mentality. It is. It was like my biggest problem when I first got sober was I needed something to do.
Oh, is that what? Yeah,
I needed to fucking. That's what it's still now.
Yeah,
writing books, fucking starting shows, fucking running companies and businesses, and it's just I need a project, and it's just one day. So it's like when I'm coming down to Harley and I'm like, hey, I'm going to take this piece and it'll be gold by the end of the day. I'm not fucking around.
Lying. You weren't lying.
Go home and I'm going to figure this out and I'm going to it's a project.
Yeah.
And it's just something I need to do to keep my hands and my brain busy.
I love that.
So that's where the building aspect comes into it. And I get it. Not everybody likes that, but to me, it's building them is a big part of not just riding, but there's a cool book. It's called Zen and the Art of Motorcycle Building.
Actually, you've talked to me about that before a few times.
Yeah, Zen and the Art of Motorcycle Building is a cool book because it talks about exactly that. It's keeping your hands and your minds busy, and it really is just a project. You know what I mean? And that shit's what I like to do, building as well. And it's not for everybody. I've got guys in my club that they don't build, they ride. You know what I mean? Cool.
I'm that guy.
You know what I mean? Yeah. And I love that too. I need to keep my brain busy, bro.
Yeah,
I'm hyperactive.
Yeah, I used to love building race cars. I belonged to a couple of car clubs when I was first into it, and I would have put my hand on a Bible. I love working on my cars. I love building my cars. I was just broke and couldn't afford someone else to do my work. Right
that
now,
too.
Now I was like, man, I want a Pro Charger. I dropped my shit off.
Yeah.
I was like, I went down to one of the shops with my GTR. I was like, man, what do you want? We have all this stuff. I was like, hey, man, here's $9,000. Just do cool stuff. I'll be back in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Is that enough?
Yeah.
And that's where I was like,
that is a part of it too, right?
Yeah, that's where my big stuff was like, And I think what it is because now, before working on my cars, working on my bikes was an outlet like yours. It was stuff to do. But now I think it's just that I got older and I think my time, and I think I work so much and I try to fit so much stuff into my thing. As much as I did working on this, I still like doing maintenance stuff with my kids because I think it's more of a culture thing.
Right.
But now, man, I love going in there and like grabbing my key and throwing it to Joe at the service department and go, what's wrong with it? Do I look like a mechanic? My office is the first door on the left. And find out what's wrong with it. I actually, because I get so little time, I want to just be able to get on my bike and ride. I want to be able to get in my car and ride. I want to be able to I get off work and I'm stressed. I had a shit ass day. My wife calls me bald. My son makes fun of that. Oh, fuck that kid.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
But I just want to be able to get on my bike and just smash.
Yeah.
Or I want to get in my car, take the roof down and just go. I just want to be able to enjoy the hour before my next obligation.
Cool.
And that's what everything is for me is work's an obligation, my family's obligations. So sometimes even the gym, as much as I love it, it's an obligation if I want to maintain my sanity. But that's so I still like doing some little stuff on it, but honestly, man, I like working on it, but I do not enjoy what I used to. Now I make enough money now where I was like, hey, fix my stuff. I'll be back in 2 weeks. Just make it pretty for me.
That's
and
it.
And I was like, but I always hardcore respect every time I see like some of my guys too, to the extent that you are too, where you're in there building your own stuff. So like when you see my bike, hey, anyone can have it. When I see your bike, like you can see your bike, and that
I
you know
appreciate it.
it's your bike.
Yep.
And that's the same thing. Like, oh, with Fee, that's his CVO. Like that was a street glide that he made into a road glide, and then just decided to beast mode it.
Nope.
And
Yep.
I think I have more respect for those people's bikes,
right?
Because I don't just see a bike there; I see that person in that bike.
I hear you.
When I was like, and that's where mine's generic in that aspect. Yeah, I have my risers, I have my little twists on it, but I'm gonna be honest, like I did not put the blood, sweat, and tears that like you guys have put into yours, and that's why I think I have more respect.
Yeah.
Even if some of those bikes aren't my style, I will respect that bike so much more.
Yeah.
Because I was like, bro, that's not just, hey, I walked in and I bought this brand new bike and I'm a smasher.
You pulled that bitch down to the frame. Yeah.
Yeah, you did. Yeah. You like I can guarantee every nut, every bolt.
I do.
Everything.
That's ridiculous, but I do. Yeah.
And I know you
and
do.
That's like Justin too.
Yeah, that's my thing. Yeah. That's where my appreciation really comes in on that stuff. Is like that's where I wish I had more of that in me. I just don't. Like my mind doesn't work like your guys' does, where that's how you guys do it. Me, I get frustrated as shit. And
just want to ride.
I need a Usaba.
I get it.
The bikes are in it. And that's why I really respect every time I see guys, not just working on their bikes because they can't afford it, like to go get the main stuff. They're doing it out of the passion of it.
Love it.
It's a whole new level of it. And I was like, I respect, even if that bike, I was like, bro, that is hideous in my opinion. Damn, it's gangster.
Yeah.
The fact that I know that guy put everything he had to it, or that chick put everything into it. I fucking respect that.
It's art, man. I do believe that it's a form of art.
100%.
I think that it's like a form of an expression. And I think that there's too much of that in other people knocking other people's niches. Like I love all
Me too.
builds, man. You know what I mean? Like that's why when we do our show, we include every class.
Yeah.
We even include metric class. I don't give a fuck. I think motorcycles are cool, man.
Well, they're gangster shit, and that's where I agree with. That's what I've always appreciated when we would do our bike shows together, is we were trying to be, instead of just like best in class, we're like, no, let's get niched.
Yeah,
let's get these people, because that's the thing is like, if someone brings in a totally chromed out R1 that has all these badass parts on it, and it's
Habusas are cool,
and it's a full thing of all Harley dudes. Yeah, that guy, no matter that bike, is better in every single way than that Dyna over there.
For sure,
they're voting that Dyna.
Yeah.
That's why having that is the coolest freaking sports bike here. I might not know anything about it, but man, I like the way it looks.
Sure.
Dude, it sounds cool. Yeah. Man, I can see like one of my guys.
He's definitely worked on it.
Oh, dude, like Larry has this freaking bike that's everything on it's chrome. He has, I want to say it's an R1 or something like that. Okay. And that fool's bike, and you can tell that's a passion of love. He probably quadrupled the amount that bike was worth, but that bike was clean. And I appreciate that. So even people that don't like sports bikes, they'll look at that and I can appreciate it. And that's how I look. And that's how I look at like a lot of the stuff. And I think a lot like you is I appreciate what people do, even if it's not mine. Yeah. It's not whatever makes you happy, but it's like, I think as I get older and I know all the stuff I've had to do to get to stuff, and not everyone appreciates it. Yeah. Now, as I get older, I think I put a bigger effort into appreciating people's stuff and what they're doing in their life, because I was like, I'm always in awe every time. Like I said, when I saw you were getting this done, like legitimately awed. I was like, bro, that's I couldn't.
How do we get Reno Harley to sponsor, bro?
Ouch! I think I know a guy that works there.
Okay, yeah, 100%. No, it's gonna be. Yeah, I don't have any. We were talking about this earlier, and I think that I don't necessarily have. I don't care about what it's gonna look like. I try to just do shit and forget about how it's going to come to pass. Yeah. You know what I mean? Just work and just do shit that I think that is like important. So if enough people said, you have a crazy fucking community, you should start your own thing, because I'm tired of listening to these granola bar cats talk about, I don't know, whatever. No, you know what I'm saying? So I agree. And nothing against the granola bar cats with podcasts.
People need granola.
People need granola. Yeah, that's okay. My mom loves granola.
Yeah, I like some spicy Doritos. I get it.
For sure. and that's good for them. But it's just not my thing.
Yeah.
So I'm just trying to do something, and I don't know what's going to come of it. But I just think that it's like letting go of how it comes to pass.
No, I agree. And I love the fact that you concentrate on Reno stuff. Yeah. And Nevada. It's like Nevada in general, but Reno mainly. And like I said, I've lived in Reno damn near my whole life. I lived in St. Louis and Minneapolis a year apiece for school. But other than that, I was born in Fernley, and I've lived here damn near my whole life. It is different than any other place. And I was like, to me, I love Reno for the one reason and the one reason only. It is big city, small town. And if you are tired of it, go 3 hours in any direction.
Any direction.
Any direction. Dude, the Bay, if you ride like me, you're in San Francisco in about 3 hours.
Yeah.
You can go out into Tahoe, one of the most beautiful places in the entire damn world.
Yeah.
It's in our backyard.
Yeah.
We could go do that.
You're an hour from the Black Rock Desert.
Like, you're just like, exactly.
Tahoe, Truckee, fucking, there's so much cool shit. I liked it. I'm a desert rat.
Oh, me too.
So,
you're one throttle turn away from whatever you want to be at.
For sure.
That's what I love about it. Is like, and I think that's why we were talking about this earlier, is Reno, the area, has more bikers per capita.
I agree.
Than any other. We actually did a statistic.
Yeah.
Reno is one of the highest rated, has the most motorcycle riders per capita than almost any big city in the country.
I believe that.
And the reason is because of geography. Look at us, dude. Like desert, windy ass roads. You go Mount Rose, Geiger, like BC, or if you just want to go to Vegas and just never make a left turn and just for 17 hours straight.
That one sucks.
You can do that,
But it's
like,
still pretty.
If that's your thing, just sit there and enjoy that openness. And dude, Reno. I don't know. I don't think I'll ever leave Reno. They've talked a few times about me going to some of our other dealerships, and I said I always go down there to help train or learn something. I'm always up to learn something new.
Yeah.
But I was like, I am too Nevada.
Yeah.
Like I am so Reno, and like some people take that as, oh, that's gross. I was like, bro.
Yeah.
I love Reno.
Yeah.
I really do. I think Reno is just such a fucking cool spot.
Las Vegas' ugly little steps.
Yeah. It's the one that
that's older.
Yeah. That puts out.
Yeah, for sure.
Reno puts out.
You always leave satisfied. You know what I mean?
Yeah. You're like, it might itch, but I don't know.
Yeah. Anyway, Mac, I love you, my friend. I really appreciate you coming on. And like I said, there's a lot of cool stuff happening in Reno. One of the cool things I recommended cats who are coming out of addiction, or any cat that I'm working with, is go fucking get a motorcycle, either ride it to build it or anything. Because one, you're not going to have money for drugs anymore because you'll be broke all the time.
Thing you've ever said in your life.
Or your mind will be off of it.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? If you're looking for a new motorcycle, please go see Big Mac down at Reno Harley-Davidson. It's soon to be maybe one of the 4th Street Live sponsors, which would be tight. You know what I mean?
Like I said, I think I know someone that works there.
All right.
I might be able to talk to him. He's a big bald guy, kind of funny looking.
Yeah. Go see him.
That's some smart ass shit to say.
Well, thank you so much. I love you, bro. We'll see you soon. Okay.
I really do appreciate you coming on, man. Anytime.
So we're gonna have you back on when the catalog comes out.
Damn.
I'd like to go through the 2026s.
Oh hell yeah.
And just see if there's anything in there that jumps out at us. But we'll do that, and we'll check out the 2026s.
100%, man. I look forward to that one.
Cool. All right. I love you.
I'm gonna have to know shit. Damn.
Yeah.
I have to study.
We don't have to know any of the cool shit. We'll just look at the paint colors, bro.
Man, I'm cool with that. That one pretty.
Yeah. That one's cool.
Oh, yeah, man. I appreciate it.
I love you, bro.
Thank you, man. Love you too.